Oké, nog eentje en dan ga ik even een pauze pakken.
Red Bull dan diesel.
Our eyes. We've got Breeze pressing up into Donut. Of course, it's smoked right now, but do they respect it?
Yeah, they're letting the walkout be possible. I mean, EG have done this. They've just gone kind of low information and waited. And they have decent spots because they have mid control. So I'm not really worried about them not being able to retake, but potentially going to let a plant down here. Let's see.
Breeze will flash himself out. Nicely timed on that one. Still falls to Naf's Glock.
It's 3v3 and they give up a gun.
Ooh, doesn't see anything just yet. Frag bounces out. Ooh, Cirque will catch a leash. Desperation inside of the smoke, but that's at least a great distraction for OC. And then Naf turns the tech. Oh, a dink and a setup. Ooh. They're not supposed to win this one. That's unarmored pistols walkout A site.
Yeah, that got a little rambunctious. I was thinking, man, this is a bit too risky from Breeze, but he kind of had a good idea where the flash got them all to push to the left wall, and then they were lined up, but he only got his one kill. Maybe a little shaken up with that early Deagle shot from OC coming through. And gave up a bit of space. Well, they can kind of walk that off. They still have enough money to buy. And a few good rounds to look back on.
Oh, Nealon. Not seen by a liege. He loses Breeze over the shoulder. They put automatic back at the front of this cave setup. OC will miss his chance at the freebie.
They don't have info on Cirque just yet. He's actually over on the A site.
He's looking pretty stoic. Oh, OC.
Oh, there was a corner that's... I was looking at that. I was like, is there a PC under it?
I was wondering if Hex from that corner had the perfect top ramp smoke. But that smoke wasn't necessarily meant to block both angles. It was just meant to give Hex the little room to work. His teammate walks into it. See if maybe Hex can recover. One is good. More seems needed. But it's not a comfortable push. Not just yet. Nealon thinking maybe he can also flex a gap. Flash on the ramp players. Stuns them for a second. OC scoped in, but now hands busy on the bomb. Nealon still waiting. His shots whiz in, and Naf catching him as he fades.
Uh-oh.
So a tough retake made. Cirque still not over from that A site, and Hex been here the whole damn time, but has just not gotten his hands on this round whatsoever. So Team Liquid forcing the issue into B to find themselves a 5th T round win.
Yeah, it looks like Nealon overstated welcome. Just an extra second as that smoke came up. A 2v3 retake. Magnitude's harder than 3v3. So now Cirque left alone, who's over there locking down the A site. Just be left to save. He knows they may be looking for him. But now it gets a little tricky for EG. They lose, and they will probably have to eco. So we could put a few eyes on Cirque and see how they use him to see if they can set him up for some good kills. And, you know, back in former EG lineups, they really did revolve rounds around Cirque, and he was very good at aggressive opening op kills on different maps. And he's very good at things like imploring run boosts and things that involve movement because he's got some of the best. So they're going to take any liberties. I think now's the time to do it.
What you doing down there, Naf?
Petting his sloth.
The day Naf shows up to a LAN with a sloth on his shoulder.
Well, he doesn't have a sloth plushie, though. Has he ever?
I know it's in his sticker autograph.
Oh, yeah, right. Oh, yeah, it's hanging off a tree, right?
Yeah. Hanging off a vine between the N and the F, I think.
It's one of those, you definitely got someone else to do it.
Yeah.
Ones.
Of course.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I've seen a couple takes where it's like people calling to be more authentic with their own autographs and to do it their own.
Nah,
but
you're not going to sell any stickers.
Yeah. If you're not an artist, man, you know, definitely get it done.
Don't ask the people what they want. Just give them what they want.
I will say, though, but there's a balance, okay? You have somebody else do it because they're an actual artist and it'll look better, but definitely have some input. You know, don't just say, I don't care, and let them come up with anything. That I disagree with. Tell them what you want. But you wouldn't give yourself a tattoo.
Would you draw your own?
Me?
Yeah.
I would want input, but I'd pay someone.
Okay.
You know, when the day comes. When
There
the
it
day
is.
comes.
The Cirque opener inside a middle.
Easy pick for the first. They unleash the beast, and Liquid will do the same with Yukinder. Hexed, just caught by the timing there. Didn't think Yukinder would be so quick. And now there's this massive uncertainty for EG around the B site. And the bomb will, in fact, double back around. So they're going to hang on for eternity. And honestly, Cirque, just let this one slide. Let's see if the pistols can do damage.
Yeah, they probably had some kind of 2 or 3 part game plan for Cirque right there. If, like, you know, if it goes successfully, then we go fall back into this pick or something like that. And for Team Liquid, it's like, the thing is, as soon as they hear that op shot go off, all they're trying to do is get as far away from it as possible. Make that rotation as more difficult for Cirque, and that was Kinder taking space inside a cave. And unfortunately for EG now, I don't know if there's going to be any more openings. It might just make more sense to take this into the next round. So promising start there for a second. But Liquid get on to 6.
Now suddenly that, 3-round comeback from the pistol start where I'm thinking, damn, EG, do you have this? All of a sudden you've given up 6 rounds already to Team Liquid. T side of Ancient. You know once Yukinder's on the CT side of Cave that you're going to have a lot of pressure to try to deal with if you even go close to that B site. So, as always expected, it's going to be a daunting task, made even more so challenging by these early 6-round wins for Liquid.
Yeah, this is one map on T side where roles didn't really change much for Elish. He's still defaulting mid as he used to before Yukinder joined the team. And all that's happened is Yukinder is defaulting B basically almost every single round. But Liquid overall keep it quite dynamic. I think the way that he's helped Elish have better stats basically on T sides is some positions like on Vertigo, it used to be just Elish copy and paste in every single round, sit behind the A-ramp smoke, try to get spam damage off, scale, look for an opening kill. And now Yukinder does that most of the time, but Yukinder's also on the B site. And so basically it's like they have 2 Elishes on T side. And that's kind of a cool thing because it felt like when Elish was the only one responsible for that stuff, it wasn't good. He was just dying more than he should be. And, you put 2 different people in the same spot, it's way harder to read for your opponents. You don't know what kind of player and how they're going to play each situation. So it has been an interesting fit and a nice compliment to Alicia's game to have Yukinder come on.
Just getting some sound issues sorted, folks. Should be good. Everybody's smoothed out, and it's the perfect time to be back at full strength because we've got, of course, buys on each side. It's just Yukinder still swinging with the Mac. But seeing as he has already got himself to the cave entrance, nice, kneeling. He finds that one little chance to attack. Of course, it comes at a cost. The moment he does make that happen, Elish is not going to let you get away for free, so the challenge comes through smoke, and Elish doubles into Breeze. However, Hex, we've seen a lot of passive positions coming out of Hex on this B site thus far, and for him to be down that ramp on the side of smoke, no surprise to me that Nitro gets caught off by it. Now it's a matter of hitting the A site with Cirque in their way, but he tries to challenge around that smoke. Temple, not his for the taking.
Ooh, this is a very scary post plan. I mean, they got this outpost inside of Temple with Naf. He's going to be hard to dislodge. They have donut control. And they have an op as well. Don't know if this is heard.
Big pickup.
Oh, he knows that Elish was over here. Oh, shot gets missed.
Yep, USP in, 7 bullets to the magazine. He wanted that reload and you'll never get it. Elish 10 HP. Would have taken just 1 shot. Naf, that bomb's being stuck and it's preoccupied. They're going to find it. Woo! Cirque gives the cover to the defuse. Naf trying to play with the nades. Just allowed the CTs to get in sight around the box because they have that smoke to cover defuse. They stick it. They knew it was risky, but they walk away with the win.
I think that comes down to the angle at which they diffuse, right? They come around the default from the back, and that makes it so that the Temple player can't easily find that shot, so he tries to find the first guy, and Cirque takes care of business. Shout out to Hex as well. He plays the situation very well. You know, scaling up from the right here. It's a risk either way. Allows him to get nice and close. And he got 2 kills on this round. Yeah, and Hex hasn't been this like super aggressive star player or anything like that, but he's getting key kills.
And adapting. Changed it up last round. Nets them something. Automatic already getting out from Cave to join Hex on the ramp push. So it's very much Yakinder on his own. No support nearby. They do peel back the mid play though, and we see this pressure coming into the A site. So Team Liquid, they've had success here before with much less. We'll see if weapons and utility can even make a difference. Breeze falls off the wooden sign. Would have just given him the first contact, but it looks like he gives it to Cirque instead. And a missed shot. Breeze comes wide, gets 1 kill, but it's automatic and Nealon elsewhere, shutting off the mid support, dealing with Yakinder outside B, and from top to bottom, from start to finish, EG with a convincing round.
How'd they even pull that off, man? That was beautiful. Like the coordination right there. Everybody joined in. And it looked like it was going to get a little scary when Cirque missed his shot because the smoke comes up in CZ spawn, but they have 3 other riflers ready to go. A lot to be said so far, even though Liquid are slightly leading. Evil Genius has won 3 retakes already this half. That one's not exactly it, but sort of have to retake the site from unfavorable spots.
Nice flash again. Utility timing's been key to some of these early shutdowns outside the B site. Cirque wants another. And he'll take it. Naf pinned against the wall, had nowhere to run. And Cirque puts the push on ice. Team Liquid gonna have to wait that out before they try to come through with what's left in this round. 2 flashbangs and a smoke on Nitro. And OC taking over the role of entry armored AK. But Breeze, yeah, love that. Deep position. Ooh, little USP tap. Cherry on top. Nitro gets splattered. And a liege. An unfortunate 1 versus 5. So game tied yet again. 3 rounds back and forth twice for each team.
Now the pressure will really be on EG when we swap over. If they were unprepared for Ancient, that's where they'll get, you know, most exposed. So they're trying to really make a quota here if possible. And we'll have to see how, you know, if they did really have an idea that maybe this could be punished versus us in the future, and they've been specifically practicing it. That's probably something that Liquid don't know themselves.
Yeah, that's kind of the gamble, right?
Yeah, but so far we've seen, like, the fact that they can win retakes, I think, says something about what they've been practicing.
I think the fact that they're also starting to change up into some more aggressive B plays works nice. Breeze in mid, again. Been a bit of a pain point for Liquid. That first kill. Yakinder didn't get his shot, didn't get his chance. Nealon cuts down OC, so yet again, 2 kills, the way of the defense in mid. Oh, and Yakinder thought he'd have it lined up, but automatic hits the headshot first.
Oh, and he's through the smoke, but he dies. He dies, actually, at a minute 20, so this is a 2v3 now.
Breeze yet again from A main pushing all the way back around. Got 2 kills from doing exactly this a moment ago. You'll see that they haven't left that B site. Enables EG to just go stack the back lanes. Keep ramp smoked, focus the op on cave. It's ultimately just leading Team Liquid in, but Cirque hears them. Can't see them, but knows they're there. And Breeze gonna activate on the flank. Getting dangerously close to the back of Team Liquid as Nitro's dropped to 18 health. The bomb plant won't be stopped by the looks of things. So there's a slight chance, but Naf's probably gonna have to go God mode. Nitro gets cleared. That's positions now known, and Breeze keeps it clean. Double headshot in the retake, keeps EG's life nice and easy. A lead to Evil Geniuses.
Yeah, I happen to see that. Okay. Little juvenile there, Hex. Happen to see Breeze being correct about when he can push through A main, and he's taken over that space a couple of times now, and it's been completely empty, so they at least have an idea of what Liquid want to try to do. I think in the beginning of the game, the first few rounds, it felt like they were a little a little bit more scared about, like, oh, are Liquid outplaying us? You know, do we want to push? And it sounded like they were willing to sit back in spots and try the retakes. But now they've kind of reached that next level where they're a bit more comfortable. Now they're starting to put the pressure on Liquid. And we'll see a couple mix buys later, and we might be an 8-6.
It's a quick departure from Yukinder this time. Just wild to think that not long ago you would have seen this head-to-head matchup and you would have just thought it'd be a blowout. But at least Evil Geniuses continuing the success we've seen this week. Keeping Liquid on their toes. Missed op shot from Cirque. But that's fine. Breeze with the pickup. 3 kills, and as the gun goes dry, wow, it's Nealon to finish it off. But hell, the fact that he's still standing, 15 kills already this map for Breeze. Some do forget that Breeze used to be at the very, very top of NA.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, top 20, he's the best player on EG. As a rifler, incredibly hard to replace, I would say. And I think it made sense to wait it out and see. Look at this crouching forward spray.
Kind of felt like, you know, Breeze lost a little bit of himself when Ethan departed the team for Valorant.
Yeah, we need him back, actually. Him and Navera.
We got Hex instead, and Cirque says that, you know, Hex reminds him of Ethan. What a coincidence that now Evil Genius is seeming better than ever.
Yeah, I mean, I was personally really happy that they went with an NA player instead of grabbing Masuda, where I felt like they could kind of, you know, mold somebody new who has a lot of future talent. And so, and they don't have, with the rest of them, they don't have to worry about the rest of them, right? Nealon's had his own experience, formerly on Keith 23, and then everybody else already has had a ton of international experience as well. And wow, as we go into the last round of this half, EG 8 rounds, 5-3 in this last one.
They don't check Nealon. Ooh, lethal error. Nealon can't get that third one, but still takes the life out of Liquid and forces poor Naf into the 1v5. What doors remain open? None. He's going to have to pry something off its hinges, and unfortunately, going down to the 22 health makes this one seem all the more unlikely. You got that clean headshot on automatic? Maybe. Damn, EG, huh? Makes me wonder if they didn't fall to just those pistols, the unarmored push into the A site that one time that ultimately led Liquid to a 3-round spree. We'd be looking at a half where Liquid would have who knows what. But that pistol, the conversion to the 3-0s, just doesn't sound right. It was meant to be Liquid. It was meant to be Furia. But here we are. It's going to take a good T side to close out Ancient, and then they can move to their own map pick of Overpass. But do they have enough in store? Did they expect this? Is the preparation done? We'll find out. As the T side of Ancient notoriously hard, they are leaning towards that A site early. With the util coming over top, it'll be Nitro to try and hold with OC right behind him. He blocks the smoke, he loses vision, and as he hears them get closer, there's a chance that Naf can maybe line something up towards CT, but it's in Liege instead to just cut off the entire other side of this hit. The bomb goes down, the A site's theirs, but now the retake is inevitable.
All the best positions you could ask for with this big flank about to come in. Oh, the flash was almost so perfectly timed. It might not have gone deep enough, actually.
They've got 2 players deep inside this spawn. They tap the bomb.
Oh,
they're
okay.
causing a little bit of panic here. And the terrorists very much split up, but Automatic holding his damn ground. He's got a player close. Oh! And Automatic, what do you know? His 14th kill, a P250 tap. No time for the defuse. 10-6 early lead here for EG's T side.
A 3v5 post plant. Like, just looking at how many rounds that EG won on their retakes in the first half. And then they come over to the post plant in the second half and show that they can walk the walk as well. That is very impressive. I mean, that last shot is the round winner right there for Automatic. But crazy after these first 2 kills come so easily. And then they know it's going to be A in just a few seconds. 3 kills in total here for Automatic.
Oh,
wow.
One, dude.
Still got it. Can't troll him every time.
Leave it to a Liege to have like the most precise dual Berettas in the server. Very on brand. Nealon tries to jump and clear into Liege. Oh no! Yakinder stands in front of him. Automatic's going to get 2 kills off that. He is now 16-9. Breeze through middle, wants that frag lead back, so his 17th secured. And are we sweating yet?
I think so. I mean, you know, we don't see the rifles just yet, but just a pure, like, sheer amount of rounds that are coming through has got to feel good. Now, we can talk about Nealon having some experience on Ancient on K23, but no notable wins. I don't think not a single tier 1 victory or even like match played, really. Not too many losses or anything like that. Or the fact that Hex has one HLTV map on record versus B-Hop in a game where he went, you know, 16-19. Can you name any players on B-Hop?
No.
But we could talk about Vorborg, who came from Copenhagen Flames, and that was a core map in their map pool.
Okay.
And if they win, I'm going to go ahead and assume they definitely have put some work into this map, getting ready for someone to pick it against them. Maybe not anticipating it now, but having it ready so it's not a place where they can get punished. And Copenhagen Flames were definitely one of the most kind of learned Ancient teams that a lot of other teams learn from.
Deagle finds one, but it's the only Deag towards that mid setup. OC starting to peel back into Donut. Man. Team Liquid thought that they were the ones setting up a trap with this Ancient pick. Little did they realize they've stepped on what could be a landmine.
We really did get much out of Yakinder in that first half as well. I mean, just kind of straight up lost a lot of duels.
Yeah, fair. 5 and 15.
So, I mean,
actually.
CT side will be fine for him, I'm sure, but it's all, you know, the hole is already quite deep.
Dead bodies keep getting piled on top. Nealon in with the frag versus Yakinder. I don't know if I can remember a Yakinder bottom frag on Team Liquid. Whew. OC swinging the Deag. Down he goes. 12 rounds already for EG.
I'm sure Liquid still think that they're going to win this. It's just the amount of work now that they have to do.
Yeah.
They might have to clock out late.
Going to be a grind back on this CT side. Just nice that EG get to mirror what Liquid did on their own T side. Win pistol, convert for the full 3.
1 or 2 mistakes before they lose confidence, I think, for sure, on this map. Maybe regret taking on Ancient first. Very curious what the desk will have to say about this game.
If there's going to be a turnaround, it should start here. See what EG are really made of. Going to get pelted by some utility. It's a good start for Liquid to drop automatic to half. But Naf nearly gets clipped on his jump over. And with that connecting, Nealon decides to activate. Yakinder's going to have to fall back in, as he has finished off automatic.
Wow.
But I love that EG just pounced on an opening that they felt they could get. At least it's a plan.
Oh, and they transition to deep smokes as well, and they have a molly first. There's just no way to rotate in at all. That's beautiful.
Breeze's late lurk through middle will get caught.
To be honest, it's still insanely hard. Like, look at this. They're even refreshing it. Love this exec from EG.
I love the tenacity behind that. You hit the leg shot. Dude, Nealon just pounced. And you said that earlier, where we see Nealon kind of adapt since his inclusion on this roster. Before, it'd be sometimes be too aggressive. Now, it's just about being aggressive at the right time.
Yeah, before it was like
perfect.
He would try something aggressive and then hope his team could organize behind it. But now it's like, if there's a real opportunity and his team's ready, he's going. And I'm just surprised how quickly he's kind of found that balance. So, of course, playing over the CIS, like, teams do crazy things individually all the time, but everyone does it, so the synergy's there. It's kind of like Brazilian CS as well. And if you try to have one person do that, no one else is on board, then everybody looks foolish because you end up losing the rounds. But Nealon's really changed it up.
That's a slap upside the head. EG, 13 off the back of it. Liquid get to keep majority guns, so it's sort of like a rinse and repeat of the last round.
The utility was so excellent there. I mean, they first did the shallow smokes, and then when they realized how much control they got into the deep control, and they made sure your Kinder couldn't rotate out of cave as well with a molly. So he was all but useless.
Burned down to 52. And again, they're sensing this ramp hit. You've got a player pinned in the corner on the site. Hex gets turned back for the time being. They could boost Cirque and hope somebody pops their head in. They retreated a little bit. Not every volley of utility comes over, but they're waiting. Maybe seeing if Nealon can be that jackknife to crack it open from cave. Ooh. Naf seems on high alert. But Nealon peeks back out, and he gets it.
Oh.
The man advantage with it.
Yeah, that one's pivotal.
Breeze loves that late lurk through middle. Last time we saw him catch a player as he came around the T side. Now he's going deep, and he has effectively cut off Nitro. Not to mention, if he keeps going, he's going to find OC blindsided. Breeze knows that he is in a powerful pocket, and they do not contemplate this push whatsoever. He's holding off. He pulls the trigger, sprays him down, but at least they get him out of there. There's a chance for Team Liquid, and you think they have to take it. But that distraction served as a great way for EG to lean back on ramp. Nealon's still inside of the cave. Bomb beyond the halfway point. Hex quick to drop Nitro, and OC's gonna need the clutch. The first one's clapped, the second gets through, and we've got 2 survivors on EG as they secure 14.
Yeah, now they're smiling. They're having fun. It was a great flank from Breeze. It's an AK. It's just not going to be that accurate at that distance, so puts a lot in that first bullet, but his spray behind it is equally as accurate, and it's fine. Warborg joining the conversation. A very interesting map that we have before us. Liquid's map pick here in the series. Only one extra timeout left.
Just when you thought that the last series of the day was going to steal the show. You could feel that fight between Nealon and Naf coming.
Yeah, I mean, he won the round with that one because they just threw out all their nades and totally executed on the B side with that one peak.
So I'm looking at Nealon's 15 kills, and I'm thinking...
Quality kills.
Yep. Twice now, he's just been that Puma pouncing into the B site. Diving for the jugular. OC gonna knock down EG a peg. With Cirque dead, they fall back. We haven't had to see like fallback protocols, right? They've been getting their openings on this B site back to back. So instead of Breeze going for that mid to X, he's instead thrown through A main to clear out the corners and maybe carve a path towards the opposite site.
He's understaffed for a second, but they've got elbow control with deep mid and donut. And they know that it's not going to be B in this situation. They have pretty much perfect spots here from Team Liquid, so extremely good from playing from an advantageous position. So they start to clear things out. But the first line of defense is this MP9.
It's an MP9 in the hands of someone who's had a couple struggles. Nitro survives the Nealon fight in middle. Double man advantage here. Team Liquid on high alert of the commit, but smokes and flashes excellent. Again, utility gets praised for EG. Hex tries to chase the fight to Donut, and it's automatic 1v5. Gun down as Yakinder's unleashed through smoke. So Liquid have answered on the defense.
Yeah, it was an extremely good round all the way through. Every rotation was perfect. They all got optimal positions. They denied B control, and they got the opening kill with OC. Is exactly how you want to start things out. So took down Cirque for free. There was no flash for that peak when he went up on the box, and they got punished for it. Now they're looking for the 2 in a row. If they get this, then they can get EG saving.
And then they've just got to pull off the flawless CT side from here on out. I don't mind Liquid working under pressure. See if a little runway can also be enough to get Yakinder activated, because uncharacteristically quiet. It's a 5v4 with automatic dead. Yakinder's got a little room to wiggle. OC. They're going to boost over, and that's going to mean that eyes on the A site without him knowing. We could see Naf get called back through CT, but even then it's not full on.
This boost is great, but it is only useful for, yeah, you can't actually see anything in deep CT, but okay, he gets a trade on the player rotating in from CT.
That's Breeze's chance to fight versus Donut. Oh, the headshots are clean, but he doesn't predict that Nitro would be there. It's an easy claw back. Nealon is going to be jumping around in middle, bomb rotating all the way back around the spawn.
You can really see the structure here. It's a similar round to the last one with EG, with Nealon coming out mid-late on the lurk, but he's using it to keep an option open at the moment. So he can come back and assist in the rotate in, and he might have to come back to help them cut this off. There's no smoke here, so will he just run by?
Ooh, he jiggles.
Here's the chance. Yeah. Oh, shots missed.
Caught by Yakinder. Nealon deciding that he wanted to go into that B site instead. And so the bomb gets dropped, the plant will not be found, and even if OC dies to the Tech 9, it's just the AWP upgrade. But hell, this puts Liquid into an incredibly awkward spot. They'll pick up another win, but with only Yakinder left over, and one that could have been contested had that bomb been able to cross.
Yeah, I think they're both pretty happy to at least save the op, and I think Liquid's money is okay. Anybody? Yeah, like Yakinder's actually a little low, saving from that last round. But it looks like OC can drop him if he even wants the help. He doesn't take charity.
Too much pride.
See how they jock for the opening kill in this next round. Of course, just the Circ op again.
Nice attempt there by Breeze. That second kill was so clean, but just didn't think that there'd be a second one inside Donut. So, Circ, solo op.
Got Breeze top of the board in a big way.
But Circ ready for this push-up. Nice opening kill. They put that one piece they have to work with in the right position at the right moment.
Can't tell you how hard it is to find that T-side opening op kill on
right.
Ancient. So, that's huge. He's done that twice now when they just had pistols.
Take it when you can get it.
I like the quick rotations. Don't overthink this. You know, they still have B smoked. So get OC in position. Low grenades. Nealon's smoke will be important. I wonder if he's going to use the smoke donut, if they're going to try to fight in. Got to make sure he pay attention to Circ here.
Half out in the no man's land. Element of surprise catches them and completely shreds any hope of getting into that A site. So sure, opening kill for Circ is nice. But then when push comes to shove, EG get thrown on their back. Nealon, he'll be finished off by Naf. That's 9 for Liquid, still trailing by 5. But again, remember, it's got to be flawless or else OT secured.
Yeah, it's kind of like we have faith in Liquid. We know that they can play Ancient. We know that they can still win. They just don't have any room for like a big round to come through. Breeze gets in crazy 3K. Circ does that, and it feels like EG are in that mode.
Yes.
So,
and not just one or two pieces. Feels like everybody's putting up for EG. But again, they have to come in with just the pistols. A less likely moment for somebody to give us that God round, but it's doable with automatic finding the first one down on B. Elige racks up the frags towards mid, though. All is good for Team Liquid in round number 24. But next up is guns.
good stabilizer for Team Liquid's money. Just clear the mind a little bit. Get the feng shui back in order.
Oosa.
Think about what they've seen so far and find out if they're ready for this EGT side. And I think there is like a lot that rests on Yakinder's shoulders at this point. Of course, you know, not everybody's everyone's going to have a bad game every once in a while, but important match like this, and the consistency he's already shown, he will absolutely have to deliver. You talked about the cave player on CT side. That's him.
He'll get up to his usual antics. Nothing connects off that attempt.
Based on the game he's having, if I was EG, I'd be thinking, how do we kill him one more time?
OC's gonna drop the shot. Oh, Yakinder! Ooh, he recovers a little bit there. As Automatic finds him from the grave, Elige quick to replace Yakinder's corpse. And that draws Cirque back, so the op will not be lending a helping hand. It has to, though. It's got to get in. It's got to get that bomb plant. Nealon had already extended in, and so it's a double-man advantage, but a post-plant nonetheless. They're at least able to get that out of this.
There's still 2 smokes here, so this post-plant's not going to work.
They both go deep. Nitro making sure that nobody can wrap back around caves, so yeah, it feels like they're in control. Feels like EG need to move forward, not back, and Cirque seemingly senses this. Trying to find his angle. He's lost his teammate, but a close one onto Elige. Another chance, and a second toss to short, but he exposes himself to OC, and Liquid will continue to close this gap.
Damn, dude, you saw that spray from Yakinder. That's not the Yakinder that we know. That's for sure. Something's off today. It got a little scary.
At least he got that last.
But he got his one. He got his one, yeah.
Shot at 3, got the last.
Yeah. Never seen him miss that many bullets before.
And I think luckily for Liquid as well, Elige with that, you know, forward mid play was really prepared to just take that gap that was created. If there's even a chance that somebody's inside of cave, things get a little sketchier, but Liquid knew they had EG stuck on ramp.
Well, Liquid did a lot of the hard part so far, because now we're at the point where even if they lose, they can still buy, and we haven't seen an EG win in a minute, so it's going to be 2 full buys that they'll have to chew through. More time to get comfortable, more time, more chances for players like Yakinder to have a better round, which I wouldn't be able to believe until it happens that he's going to end the game without 1. So the pressure is starting to mount a little bit back toward the round leader.
OC opens, gets away for free. Not to mention Breeze and Hexed. Eating the shrapnel for breakfast. Set back to move through their spawn. Man, it's been a while since we had a good old classic EG beats Liquid type vibe.
Yeah.
You know, but this was like their
good enough
kryptonite,
EG.
you know? This is, as a fan of NACS, it's an old wise tale. Flashback, but maybe a flash in the pan if the CTs can keep holding off. Nice positions, excellent hold out of Liquid. It is flawless, and suddenly EG, what was a great lead, has nearly evaporated entirely.
Yeah, so there might be some tilt left over, but now this is just more 50-50. See if they continue to be locked in. So an eco here out of EG. And it's sort of like the iBuyPower, you know, complexity back, or iBuyPower Cloud9 back in the day. It was like Cloud9 were better internationally, and iBuyPower were way better at home, like cleaned up. And every time they'd go international, they never could get as good results. It was this weird thing where iBuyPower would always beat Cloud9, but as soon as they went to a major LAN, like a major, something like that, they would always get farther. And that was similar to EG, where Liquid were always better internationally, and for a while just better overall. But EG at home, like in 2020, for example, wow. Pretty hard to stop.
Well, this one should be easy for Elige. Gets his hands on it before they can follow through with their util. They thought maybe they'd catch him off with a quick pop, but it's really EG's bubble that gets bursted. Automatic and Breeze, the last 2 up. If they can get a kill, it'd be something. There she goes. It's Nitro to hit the dirt. And it's Liquid to keep this one rolling. 1 round the difference now.
Yeah. Now everyone's sweating.
The eternal ancient struggle of a T-side.
We have seen some good T rounds.
Again, really looking back, right? Both teams winning that T-side pistol and converting for 3-0. It's the majority of the rounds that have been won on T-side this entire map.
Was this actually 14-6 at one point? 14-7? I might be rewriting history with that one.
14-6, you're right.
Ooh, okay.
14-6 to 14-13. And OC's got 5v4. He wants another piece of them. Oh, Hex! Oh, there it is!
What?
We've alluded to the pop-offs of each of the individuals. Nealon had those pounces into B-site. Cirque's got the clips. Breeze has got the most. Hex had been the quietest of all, but now, when they need him, 2 clean headshots, point blank at the bottom of mid, and a B-site that is wide open for the taking.
Yeah. Oh, man. It might actually be a full convergence of both squads over on this side of the map with a man advantage to EG. This is, you know, very 50-50. It's hard to say who you'd rather be in this position. But with the amount of utility left over, you'd think EG would at least be able to score a plan and make this a difficult retake. No one in cave right now.
Smoke will block off one line. That's Naf sitting back with the AK. Yakinder's got some damage, but Hex still stands.
Ooh, that's so close. 6 HP and he lives. The man who got 2 kills earlier this round.
He got this one rolling.
And he gets off of default.
Mid entirely his, so retake. Let's see it. We've got one more smoke on Nitro as the top of ramp gets blocked. That activates Nealon. He extends and Yakinder's gonna cut him off. Now things look even, but Cirque is boosted up and above. The Latvian hits the ground. Hex is just waiting for his chance to maybe come back and shine. Nitro tagged through wall. He loses his teammate, and they lose the round. That is EG 15-2 map point.
That was something special, and there was that big round, but the players I listed, Hex wasn't one of them. We got it, our first kind of shining moment in a really important match from Hex with that spray transfer inside of elbow. The play from OC to make a 5v4, it seemed like perfect. When he got tagged by the flash and he turned around, he could have got another shot in, but Hex was too quick and put his support down too. A very unlikely 2K spray when they needed it the most, and they grabbed match point here on Liquid's map pick. That was very, very special. They'll have so much to be proud of if they're able to pick this up. But they'll have to do it versus a full force. OC still has money for his op. And that was it. Even though they set this comeback in motion, Liquid did a good job of keeping the money high.
It's hexed. After all that, it's hexed. Automatic. Pressured here by utility. Flash finds him, so he's not quite able to get those eyes deep down into Donut. Oh, and Breeze gets dropped to 11. It's going to be a key piece to the success so far. Nitro, damn, he just finished him off.
Oh, Nealon on 1 health wins his duel versus Naf.
That's wild.
They haven't found Nitro, but Automatic knows that he was on the other side of the smoke, but he thinks he left.
Nitro, big moment for him to shine, finishing off Breeze, catching Automatic and Donut, and therefore grabbing a man advantage, trying to get Liquid back to the winning ways that got them this far.
And with those 2 kills, those were inside of middle. They're out without mid control entirely. And Yakinder, well, that's easy. Yeah, 1 health. Nealon's dead.
And to fall back into the B site, it's going to be Hext and Cirque trying to work magic.
Man, they gotta, I mean, honestly, they gotta think about their money next round if they can't win this 4v2. You know, there's a huge incentive for Lick to hunt for them.
There's a chance.
Oh my God.
OC.
That was the 1B player.
Walks dry into the scope. It's the top mid push that's coming in quickly. Hex occupied with grenades.
Oh, they had him throwing nades.
And so he gets cut off by that aggression. And Cirque, like you said, they've got to think about the next one.
This is an important save, actually. You know, I don't know if they have any chance if they don't keep this op next round. And Cirque's thinking they could be anywhere, so he's actually pushing forward.
That's going to put him back into a dangerous spot. He hits the elite shot and gets gunned down by Nitro, so no AWP save.
No, I think they had... I saw 6400 on automatic. So maybe they can drop him and get a good buy together. Yeah, it looks like they might actually be fine here. Just a Galil or two. Holy, okay. Well, the door was cracked open just a little bit for a second in that 4v2 with that Cirque opener.
If only they knew that that was the only B player. I don't think they waste even a second throwing that util.
Now this is pressure on Nealon, right? This is round 30. They have enough guns. They don't have enough utility for a full default that goes down to the 30-second mark. Liquid no. Might even assume they're on one Tech 9 or one Mac 10. So what's Nealon going to call? They want it to be a set tactic. They want to use Cirque fast like they did on those eco rounds. It's his time.
It's their chance. The last they'll have in regulation. And we get numbers towards A out of the gate. At least for Evil Geniuses. Team Liquid trying to get ahead of what could be the B hit.
He did it.
It's not a B hit. It's just Nealon.
They faked B control. There's no one pushing cave. And Nealon's still alive. And he's still fighting. They're not ready for A.
He's got them so focused. Yakinder's going to be trying to come out from the caves. Now Nitro getting wind of what's really going on. That bomb gonna trudge its way into the A site very quickly. Team Liquid come back at this. Nealon, he is still so far away, but that could become problematic, except Naf, he slides into the side of Breeze. That's an easy pickup point blank. Man advantage Team Liquid, but remember, Nealon is still coming closer, and everybody else inside this site is dying for free. They put up nothing for Nealon to try and work with. Some kind of a distraction, then maybe, but even as he serves up that first kill, it's not enough to keep Liquid from the comeback. This needs OT. falls back. Team Liquid walked into the A site with nothing but unarmored pistols and managed to string a multitude of rounds off of the back of it. If it wasn't for that in the first half, would we even be in OT? Because Evil Geniuses have showed up and exceeded expectations, but now they got to get back. They've got to do something special in OT on this T side so that they can slot back into the defense and try to close out Liquid's pick.
Yeah, every little bit mattered. Every little bit mattered. That map was excellent. I mean, it was so fun to watch from both sides. All the stories were there. Very impressive for EG to even be in the situation to have overtime with what looked like a punish pick from Team Liquid, something we just don't see that often these days. Liquid had every reason to take it here. The more you looked at the stats, the more it made sense. And now in overtime, well, Nealon, he's still fighting.
That's the wallbang from Pocket.
Oh.
You know, the one where you just want people to be uncomfortable? Well,
yeah,
he actually gets the kill.
And when does Yukinder ever start there? Almost never. I've watched him play so much CT side of this map. Oh, and OC will take out Cirque in response, and Naf gets another. What is even happening right now?
Flash was good from Hex, but Breeze isn't able to capitalize. Automatic's blind as he works his way up ramp. He's got 2 players on this lane to deal with. Knows about Naf because of the nade, and it's not enough. From an opening kill through the wall to Liquid getting all 5 back.
Yeah, they really just made that happen inside of middle. I wonder what the attack was. Maybe they're trying to make it look like an A hit with the players coming out mid late. But if those guys were trying to quote-unquote fake, then it didn't work out. Real beautiful from Nealon right there. You actually don't do much damage per bullet spamming through that, so...
Automatic making the audibles. Yukinder given a choice. Does he try to press this issue? Holds for now. Top middle is going to be smoked, but Elige, he was playing ahead of it. Decides doesn't want to take that risk. Chances the connection and won't find it. So mid very much belonging to EG it seems, but OC, woo, chance at a little flick up. Doesn't find its mark, and that'll turn EG's attention back to this B site, which is currently underplayed. Team Liquid just leaning on Naf.
Looked like Cirque was going to see him for sure from that angle. Very lucky to get that op shot off, even if he didn't get the kill. Yukinder now all but surrounded in the site. Oh, Nealon goes down. That's, oh, sorry, it was Nafly.
Yep. Nealon just finds it through the smoke. Did he have a little gap? Or is he just miraculously pulling these kills out of thin air? Back-to-back rounds, Nealon finds man advantage to start. However, we saw Liquid recover entirely in the previous, and OC catches Hexed on the entry. They've got 1 CT flanking around the long con. Cirque is holding back there, but could get caught in Yukinder with the smoke spam to get the better of Breeze. Nitro finding Nealon on that fallback. Prime Cirque for the trade, and he hits it. Now there's only 3 CTs left, but 1 extends in, and Cirque clips the wings. Automatic's got the headshot, and OC onto the 5-7. It's op versus op, and this is OC's region. Bomb at the halfway point. He's got him pinned in the corner, and Cirque comes back with a vengeance.
You're kidding. He fell off, came back, and still won. After they locked horns earlier in the round from Donut inside a middle. It's crazy that we end that way, and in the post-plant, Cirque gets 3 kills. The only way it's possible for EG to pick up a round here in OT.
Very nice. Killer instinct from Nealon. Getting ahead of that smoke, getting vision on Naf just before it pops.
He had to have the perfect pre-aim, right? Totally without vision. OC, as soon as he falls off, knows he can just hold this angle. And when is OC slower than somebody? Almost never.
Considering that each team only picked up like 3 real rifle rounds across each of their T sides. And even then, there's a bigger asterisk next to Liquids because it's farmed off of a unarmored Glock round. Just getting 1 in OT is something to be proud of. A second, all of a sudden, dire spot for Liquid. OC rotates in. It's already being held here. Cirque having just got the better of him. Puts a flash in his eyes, and EG fall back.
Yeah. The thing is, though, every single time that EG have been outside of A, Liquid are holding deep B control and almost always know it. In this particular situation, the rotations have already come very deep into A because it's felt like that, well, that's happening. You know, they're watching elbow. They have one person behind them watching the door. So this, I think it'll be very hard for EG to crack open. The only thing I think about right now is that Yakinder's not having the best game ever, so if he wants to play one of his confident positions, he might not win, but Naf starts off hot.
That's two. Cirque, up close. Yakinder's got it. Total shutdown outside of the B site. Breeze gonna try to recover. Yakinder's got himself a double, just like Naf does. A solid hold on that one. Liquid, they completely breeze through it.
You know, even though we saw EG lose a lot of rounds, there's no shame in that, I think, on T-side Ancient. We saw a lot of good ideas, and we saw that round 30 call was a good example of a great call by Nealon, organized very well, but they just didn't hit their shots. They got into the A site after he got a kill on a fake, had their attention drawn over on B. But this very last round is one where Liquid finally got EG to play the game they wanted to. Now they got to come back and win 2 T rounds to close this out.
Oh, an automatic. Yakinder right back to getting bullied. Refresh the smoke. Another spray. He's not far off. Oh, he's not far off at all.
Gonna hit that reload.
OC follows.
Oh, we take some space. Wow. They're just worried. I think there's an op in the back, and
Grenade out for automatic now, so he's just waiting to see vision. Little contact, that goes down. Cave gets cooled off. Nealon delivers another, though. Team Liquid not looking likely that they start OT with a T-side win. Automatic finds another kill, up to 23 now. And Nitro and Naf left limping into this A site. Give it the old college try. Cirque misses a shot, and therefore door opened. Naf blocks off any potential CT rotate. Donut's going to be their biggest problem, but there's nobody actually in there, so the plant should be safe. Unless Nealon decides to get crazy. He puts the fire on the feet. It does deny the plant, and Nitro has to give it up. This is not where they originally wanted this. And Breeze has bought enough time, so a flank through A main pushes this on to Naf.
yeah, there's no good plant for him now, too, which is what they were looking for, and he goes down. Nealon, another one.
No follow-up kill, so EG tie this back up at 17. Still anybody's game.
Yeah, you know, if you want to compare the 2K players right now, it's definitely been automatic. Yeah. Easy as you like. He got the critical lurker kill, and then that last one as well.
Teehee.
Anyone's game.
That's adorable. But don't let him let you guard down. Nealon has been a killer across Ancient. And an OT as well, right? Opening 5 versus 4 on the T side each round. 2 of 3 at least. We get a quick clash by the looks of it. Team Liquid going to try to set up outside the B site. A main presence is a little bit different. Remember, Breeze has had this affinity for flanking A main and kind of getting himself wedged into any potential late round mid rotate for Liquid. We'll see if Naf can punish that, because Breeze got away with it with a multitude of times towards the end of regulation. And you can't help but feel like you'd rather have Naf somewhere other than hiding in the bushes waiting for Breeze. But they know that Breeze is a problem.
Cirque takes an important op shot. He might not get cleared properly here. Oh, Yakinder melted down.
OC with the trade. No additional follow-up. Here it is. Naf catches it. And he's going to make space off of it. An adaptation in the late round of the T side gives Liquid a solution. But it's not yet problem solved. Cirque starts to scramble over as well, closer to the CT spawn. Donut belongs to Nitro. They'll go for the tree boost. Somebody's got to keep eyes on Temple. Liege steps out, and Nealon yet again In a critical moment, he puts that bomb on the ground. That makes Naf forfeit his position on the tree. And however, he picks it back up. And another headshot deep into the CT spawn. He kills Cirque. Hex, again, he has the chance, but Nitro puts him down. And Liquid find that 1T round to secure double OT at least.
Yeah, goddamn. Was that a 2v4?
I want to say it was.
Wow, that was actually might have been.
Once a leash gets dropped.
And Nafly 2K. Don't even know how I summarized that. One deep in the back here. After the Cirque trade, I was like, all right, it's pretty much over. And then Nealon's like definitely going to block this out. But he has this long-range spray through that wall as well.
2v3, at least.
Okay. Winner of this map could very well win the series. You know, that's normal. The fact that EG have an opportunity here to take a map pick and another duel one. The kill matrix just leaning entirely in favor of Automatic.
Kinder 100% has met his maker. Automatic has been the cave champ throughout this map. Team Liquid's first map point. First chance to close. Can they seize the day? Shut this down and push our series to overpass.
Certainly smells like double overtime. That last round, it took heroics for Liquid to win.
Smokes go deep, should block off a couple players.
Well, they bait out all the utility they want, and that's because at this point in the time, at this point in the clock, it's fine for EG to use a lot of their resources.
Hexed. Oh, burned out of the pocket.
Uh-oh.
They spammed and spammed. They flustered him and flushed him out. Nitro, he's at the front of this. Bomb struggling to get out. And yeah, Automatic, that's easy. He gets Naf off of the plant. His leg extends. The gun is empty. And so the pistol is what's needed. Now all of a sudden, desperation, 7 seconds. Automatic gonna fluster it all. And it's EG to double OT.
Yeah, let's run it all the way back. Let's try again. Man, they're playing so close. And we look at how many deaths everybody has. It just goes to show you how few saves there have been, which I think has contributed to how exciting the map has been to watch. Lots of good ideas, lots of big rounds, and all the best players have died like 25 plus times in this game, barely able to keep, 1.0 KD. Look at Automatic, just barely breaching that, going a little bit farther on this one round alone. Actually, all 4 kills right there, massive.
Nice flash. EG's flashbangs on the CT side have absolutely messed with Liquid outside of this B site. Yakinder,
There he is.
Gets a little more aggressive, but his molly gets banked off the wall, so unfortunately for them, they'll have to hold off. And Yakinder does kind of feel like an inevitability. Starting to climb back up that scoreboard. It's not a dominant performance, but at least it's no longer deflated. Oh, Automatic over the box. A second as well, perhaps. Hell, even maybe 3. It's Nealon to lean out and help him. So, man advantage. Sure enough, EG. They swipe away what Liquid had sitting outside that B site.
And I love about the CT side how few times they've actually had to go for deep banana control with that push. We know how 50-50 that can be if a T team is waiting for it. I think EG have been very tasteful about how much they've implored it.
And Leash, he clears it. Automatic gets finished off. The hero of that ramp setup.
Yeah, it is 2v2.
They've got Nealon locked in 1v2, but he extends, catches Naf, turned. And all of a sudden, Leash, desperate to get out, makes the hop over. 25 seconds and 2 enemies ahead. He's going to wait for Cirque to put his face in between the crosshairs. Sure enough, there it is. It's a little bit of damage, but it's Nealon to come out the short side. And once more, you give Nealon a chance to shine. Does he ever?
Yeah, he's not scared to take space. He's perfect use of that smoke on Cave. Decided to push up. Said, "Listen, you're not going to get respect from me. If I think you're doing something, I'm going to try to call it out." And Automatic knew with trust that he could go out as far as he need to give a little room for Nealon to peek out with him and take over that final kill.
At bat fast. Controls it into Nealon, but Breeze not able to get the trade frag. Wanted to flash himself back out, but goes back with just the gun. Yakinder's got the trade onto Hex. That's some success at the B site. Automatic extends out from Cave. Just cleared out Yakinder. Bomb still back on spawn. Naf trying to pressure this A site, and he loses a ton of health for his efforts. OC! Oh!
What?
Point blank, Cirque shuts it down. And knowing that Naf is on 20, Automatic comes at the fight. That's a chance for Naf because he taps Automatic down. And now with this whole entire map open, options are endless. And Cirque tries to figure this out. He's got the health advantage, but if he turns his back, he's done.
Oh, he's so keen on this lurk.
Perfect from Cirque. He fixates on the spot, and sure enough, predicts the peak.
Damn, yeah, we've seen the Nafly coming late back to mid. Insane one tap there in spawn from Nafly in the final moments, but that doesn't matter. It's 2 rounds in a row on CT side in double overtime here for EG. In a map they failed to close out in the first place, being up 14-6, but a very legitimate comeback. I wouldn't characterize it as a choke from EG. This whole map would be an upset if they're able to do it. And now they're 2 rounds away from making that reality possible.
Nitro softened up real quick, down to a third. Automatic in the pocket. He's got 1. And more damage done. Swaps to the AK. Finds the next guy in. And Automatic worth his weight in gold. And if you think he's done yet, you're wrong. Just finds the kills up close. A clean sweep of the CT side in double OT looks likely. Automatic, you finished yet?
Started out with more deaths than kills. And now 33 and 26.
5 up, down to 4. OC at least catches that one, has such little health to work with that he needed a freebie. And as he's blind, he falls back. OC could catch the jump up. This could be another clean kill. Yes, with no additional damage done, OC catches second. But the bomb's not his, and neither's this one.
Wow.
EG will have 3 attempts to close out Ancient.
God damn. Yeah, they could actually do it. What a beautiful round from Automatic. I mean, it's just the sense of emergency right there, where he gets his smoke off, gets over to the right side, comes back and spams, and then doesn't chill. He realizes they really wanted Cave in that moment. Picked up the AK, got some more damage off, took that deeper angle, took out Yakinder again. I really want to take a look at that kill matrix. Uh-oh. Well, deep molly missed. This might shy them away from taking control of it or peeking down, which might speed up the attack over on the other side of the map. But this is that same round 30 call from Nealon.
Yep. Nealon taking a lot of responsibility to sell this B fake. But Yakinder's not buying it. He gets flashed down to the bottom of ramp. It's smoked off. But even knowing that this part of the map is theirs, it's still an open door towards the A site. They've got to hit it now. You can start to see Liquid scrambling over.
Yep, they failed badly in this position, even a 5v4, so we'll see if they can do it now.
Little mid-site smoke meant to help, but Elige sees that as an invitation. Naf will be forced back by flashbangs. It's just all about the exit. Tough spot to fight. They're in the open territory. And Elige lays down the law. 2 kills to his name. Hex up next. 4 to take. Not going to happen. Without Nealon being successful towards the other side of map, nor that bomb going down, this one falls flatter than the first.
Yeah, this one flops. I think the call is still great, but because it didn't work the last time, but it was actually incredibly close. And you could argue, of course, Nealon doesn't do anything wrong in the first time around. It's just his teammates can't hold in that post plant when he's coming into support from a great position. But this time with the push down B, and they see Nealon's not there, and then most importantly, they get the kill on Nealon. And it's not even the fact that it's a 5v4, it's the fact that they see it's Nealon by himself.
Wow. OC dishes death alongside Yakinder. Elige catches Hex, so they're not even given a chance to set up for whatever the hell they had planned. This one falls flat.
Damn, they're going to be kind of broke as well.
Done.
Oh, man, they got this decimated. Look at them laid out parallel across the back of the map. No chance at all.
Even Dap's looking shocked with how easily that one went down.
Don't be too shocked you get fined.
You're right about the money. Not ideal. Double tech 9s.
favoring all the utility.
I'm gonna warn you now, though. Nealon gets nasty with the pistols. You know, when we talk about that, like, tempered aggression and when it's time to strike, well, you put the Tech 9s in his hands and feels like the bloodlust gets real.
Only one mid. Man, yeah, there's an op waiting for Cirque as well. So there's an incentive for Liquid to hold on to mid control, which creates for an interesting rock, paper, scissors. You know, the EG know they're going to take it and then fall back, actually, and just draw some timeout. Or will Liquid actually come in and win? Oh, and Hex.
Another chance for him to really make a name for himself in this map.
But what's really important here is that Liquid did win, and they don't recover that gun. So Nealon's still on this Tech 9. Organizing correctly as well towards the B site. 50 seconds.
He's going to go in with this. Short side smoked off. Yukinder. You can hear the shots from Automatic a little further back in cave, but they don't know if there's another one there. Closer. Oh, it's not ideal. Nealon just looking for the bomb plant. Oh, that's his identity this time. It's going to be short side smoke that fades first, as Naf is very much blocked off. Bomb is planted. A retake needed to deny EG a victory on Ancient. And now Nealon, with his hands no longer busy, gets to press up into that range of lethality on the Tech 9. Yukinder phases smoke. Nealon gets his one. But all of a sudden, Cirque, again, no vision. And so as Team Liquid work their way forward, they tap that bomb to cause panic, and evil geniuses start to extend. Automatic, yet again, a chance to close the map, but Nitro's got it. He sprints back onto the bomb, and this one should come close. Liquid, ooh, they've got it.
Wow.
Easy to close again in OT, and we need a breather. So we'll see you in a second for OT number 3. Work their way forward, they tap that bomb to cause
OT coming, seriously, like, there have been great rounds from both teams. Honestly, great sides from both sides. And, you know, there's not really, like, it's not like EG. I'm not looking for an amazing individual performance to get him through a T side. I could totally see a good call doing it. In terms of who gets stronger as the map goes on, I can't help but feel like it's going to be Liquid. I think Yakinder, I don't even know how he has 24 kills. It feels like he has 14. So that's still pretty much untapped in my opinion. If you want to look at a player like Hex, then we can point to a number of key rounds where he's gotten frags, and that's won them rounds and got them to overtime. You could look at Yakinder, I can't remember a single one, honestly.
See if maybe this is the OT that really gets activated. We saw a similar setup from Liquid. Oh, but OC is going to fall back. Yakinder wanted nothing to do with that forward hold. He tries to get into sight in time, and good thing he runs back as fast as he does, because Neelan's also quick on his feet. But now Neelan's off his feet. Laid out inside the B site with 3 of Team Liquid's players there. Evil Geniuses on the 4v5 recovery.
There's a big one. Just an opening.
Nice push.
Oh, there we go.
Well timed.
Uh-oh. Did they give him too much time to warm up?
Yeah, it feels like we'll remember this one. 2 already. Just in tune with the timings there, whether it's Neelan's aggression or then the re-setup from EG. OC won't get the easy 3rd frag here for Liquid, but it's a good amount of utility damage. Breeze comes in with a nice clean headshot, and Yakinder, that's 4. The ace is his.
Oh my god, he's back. What was that?
About damn time. Yakinder lights up the kill feed and gives Liquid an easy start to OT3.
After all that. So many rounds, kind of at max 2 kills. And then, what, a 5 headshot ace? No, okay, automatic's not, but look at these. Look at the souls leave their body.
Evaporated.
In 1 mag, these last 3 frags. And Yakinder goes positive with that one. And now he's another problem.
Flashes towards mid. Leash regains vision in time to cut down Hex. Yakinder's got automatic. Ooh, and a chance at more. A little bit easy. Cirque, he'll be finished off by Naf, and now we get to see Yakinder kind of take back what has been cave control the way of automatic. You've been talking about it, right? That kill helix.
Yeah, the kill matrix has basically been in favor of automatic almost every single time. It's not only the only person who's killed him, but, you know, when they go head-to-head there, and on T-side, there'll be more of that.
What's a helix?
A shape?
Okay.
I think.
Thank you. Shaping OT3 the way of Liquid. Breeze. Nicely timed. Again, just getting that more aggressive. Yakinder, though, back in with another double. And here we have it. It was literally a matter of time. I believe he gets away with 2 in the last round, an ace in the start. So in the... Woo, he's done. Automatic. Oh,
no.
What's automatic going to pull off here?
Oh
Yakinder just staring through.
It's a free op kill. Oh my god.
How's he? Oh, and Yakinder, he backs up. So it's perfect from automatic. You could see him thinking, how can I manage both these kills? But Yakinder takes 5 steps back, and that's his end. This could be the saving grace of EG and OT3. What was looking like a total collapse and a shutdown from Liquid. If you gave them 3 match points, well, then you've got a problem, and that could still be the issue. But automatic on for more. He set this up, and he's got a chance to end it. He doesn't fall down ramp, instead pressing closer. To his right sits Naf. He extends out. Nothing more for automatic. A valiant effort to try and sweep away what could have been their chance, but now it's Liquid with their finger on that big red button to end everything on Ancient.
Yeah, now just 1 more to go, and he got the absolute maximum amount of value on that play possible with the opt-down and Yakinder down in cave. No warning for the rotators as well, and a smoke and a molly to set up that post plant, but no further kills. Hex just kind of walks into cave, gets mowed down.
They had their chances. Oh, did they ever?
Yep, it was 14-6.
They can't draw this one back. I mean, I'm still hyped for Overpass. At least that is, you know, a heartbreaking loss for EG, considering how good that first half was, the chances that they were working with, and maybe the chances they can still orchestrate. But we've got a series, and we've got an individual level from the stars of EG that, if I dare say, it's nice to see. Nealon inside of the utility. Doesn't look over just yet, as of course EG with the 5 versus 3, now 2. So Team Liquid back to reality. The difficulties of T-side on Ancient hasn't been kind to them.
Think he changed his sensitivity, maybe?
Could have been. Or he just sat another, you know, inch closer.
Went 4-3 stretched. Nah, no way. He's too good for that res. Actually, not a good reason to die here. So if they lose 2 in a row, they'll have a really bad bye. So these 2 AKs could be meaningful.
Let this one go.
Very few saves this game.
You'd love to see it.
Yeah, this will be one of them. At the time, it makes sense. Great shots from Nealon, man. He's getting more energized. See if they believe in it.
OC given the pile of nades. Setting it up in mid. Breeze. Remember back in regulation, those A main flanks were so deadly. But we haven't seen it for a little while. He's kind of setting himself up for it now, but generally tends to strike towards the later end of the round.
Yeah, when he got caught by Nafly holding him hard that one time later on, yeah.
Adapt or die. Ooh, Cirque, that could have been 2.
Yeah, that was close.
Feels like Liquid lucky to still have as many players up as they do, but Hex.
Wow, they moved out so fast to that.
Nealon sitting inside of the smoke, predicts that Nitro wants to come through, and he even gets a liege at the end of the magazine. Team Liquid's T-side has been completely shut down.
That was huge. I've seen Liquid do that so many times where Yakinder readies his BP after mid-control, and this time, like, EG moves so quickly into it. It's like he couldn't be ready.
Nealon sent soaring to his death, a valiant effort. A beautiful way to die.
Now within 1.
They hang on.
Yeah, they hang on.
Oh, they hang on. OT4?
And when they win, they look good. Now those 2 AK saves coming into this round means they might be able to have like the 1 extra, maybe full buy. We'll see an op actually. Yeah, they have enough money for a full-on buy.
Made possible by Yakinder, so saving an OT, the way to go. And what was once a ways to go is now just 1 more round. Evil Geniuses gunning for that quadruple OT. Team Liquid, another chance to close. We get Nealon moving over into that A site. He's got Breeze up in Donut. Yakinder leaving the B site to come and join the numbers inside A main, so it's Liquid to try something different. We saw EG try to smash their head through A and get shut down. Nealon hoping to catch them on the walkout. Ooh. Grenade pulled out at an awkward time. He's going to give himself the smoke to work around. Breeze expectant of the hit. Here it is. Blind as a bat. Dives back. Will not find a liege. Naf burns Nealon. And now all of a sudden, we've got 5 versus 3 for Liquid deep inside the A site. They got as close as they had to on the perimeter of that bomb site. And once the squeeze comes in, Unfortunately for EG, both their site defenders go down empty-handed. A desperate spot to be in, but a hope that's still high by Hext. At least he connects. That's OC dead. It's going to have to be quick. Nitro, he's going to be able to lock that in, so no temple attempt here from EG. It's just the CT push, and finally, by the looks of it, they go down. Team Liquid surviving would be easy on Ancient, ended up being
positions. I think that we're going to get into automatic, and you can't really ignore how well he was playing at Cave especially.
Here we go. We've got a highlights reel of automatic for you, all of his great plays, and he did do a lot for Evil Geniuses in this one.
Yeah, being in that cave position, arguably probably one of the most important spots on the CT side, as you don't want to let the cheese get the spot too easily. He held it down both in regulation and as well in overtime, and just constantly having that fight with Yakinder, as Yakinder is basically his mirror position. Yakinder always goes to try to fight that cave position on the T side, and Yakinder also plays cave on the CT side as well.
I do think for our aim high head-to-head, we're probably going to have automatic and Yakinder up, and that'll come up in a little bit. It'll give us an idea of what those stats look like when you put those two players together. But before we do, there we go. It's coming up. That was nice and quick.
Yeah, and as we see, this has already been prefaced by the fact that they basically play the same positions both on T and CT side. Actually, I don't know if automatic plays T side cave, but either way, they really do mirror each other. And this is, Mahone, I know you had a great stat about their dueling throughout this.
Yeah, this is something that Launders actually asked about on the broadcast. He said he was wondering about the kill matrix, and automatic had Yakinder 16-8. But basically, most of the time, he was getting him.
Twice. 2 for 1.
Twice the time.
2 for 1. We saw the Yakinder have a really slow start in this game, even though he ended up with 34 kills. For a lot of this game, it felt like he wasn't the one doing the heavy lifting. In fact, it was Elige that was doing very well for them, especially on his mid defenses. He was doing some good breaching into sites too. But Yakinder had, I mean, automatic just had his number for so long in this game that it took him a very long time to ramp up. But once he did, then that's what carried Liquid in some of these OTs, single, double, triple, whatever. He carried them through a lot of them, multi-fragging, especially once he found himself on B.
So in general, what do we think of Liquid's Ancients?
Not as pleased as we would have hoped, given that this was supposed to be a punish pick. It was supposed to come out with a better game plan. And if they didn't win pistol, if they didn't win an eco round, this would have been EG's game.
Would have been like an 11-4 half or something like that. And yeah, it definitely would have been EG's game. And someone I want to actually point out who stepped up a little bit was Cirque. Cirque was actually finding a lot of kills with this op under a bit of a criticism recently, but he's able to find some form as well. And Hex, he had a couple of kills towards the end, but he might need to step up just a little bit for the next map as well.
Another Liquid player that we can highlight is Elige. We've got a highlights reel of him that's going to come up in a little bit. On top of that, though, a player that we mentioned at the start of this has really had a good performance during the road to Rio.
Elige was all over the place. He's frequently a primary rotator for Liquid on this map. He's starting at mid a lot of the time, but you can see that he was making his way up to fight lane. He was making his way towards the A site. He was choosing a lot of his fights very well. Unfortunately, sometimes when he tried to connect with OC, they could have a little bit of disconnect. It almost felt like sometimes the comms just weren't perfect between the two of them, but it did feel like Liquid just
esports, and that was a long time ago. It's definitely not tier 1 material. So I think they should be pretty happy about this performance on Ancient, and coming into Overpass, I mean, they should be extremely comfortable on this, especially on the cheese side as well.
We'll talk a little bit more about Overpass, but what I want to do now is talk to Heku, who is out in the studio with the players. Heku, what is that? I want to say atmosphere, but really I'm curious if you had a chance to see any of the players. Oh, she's stolen the chair. What is up?
Look. There's a player. So basically, when I just came here, I was like, oh, there's like so many empty seats. Like I can take one. And then like I was waiting for you to stop talking because like, I just wanted to start like a segment here. And then like they start walking. I was like, oh no, I cannot sit here. Like, I mean, he needs to prepare. He needs to warm up. Actually, in all honesty, I think he already warmed up quite enough in like those OTs. Like, so he's doing fine. You guys, you can come in here. You're not. Though you cannot see, like, but there's like 2 guys that are just like hiding. They don't want to set up. They don't warm up. They don't want to appear on the screen. But I think like everyone is in a pretty good mood. And I think the atmosphere between like what we had in the first game is so different. Like it's day and night, because the first one, it was about like the elimination. And here it's like all of them qualified. It's just a matter of who's getting the legend spot.
Thank you, Heku. I love it. It was almost like she was in a zoo and she turns and goes, look, there's a player.
It's on a safari.
It's a safari. Yeah, there we go. That was what it kind of felt like. Okay, we're heading to Overpass now. Evil Geniuses pick. Is Liquid going to be able to do this based on what you just saw?
Yes, the ramp up from them in the latter portions of that game makes me believe, especially the ramp up from Yakinder, has a pivotal role as the A rifler. I think that everybody knows that's the most important, if not the second most important spot on the entire map on the defense. And even though EG do a great job staging their rounds, especially when they're approaching A on overpass, I think that Yakinder is just such a game breaker on that position.
What I'm curious about is how they'll actually use Yakinder towards the A side. Are they going to put him more towards connector? Because I know automatic, he's normally towards that B side when he defaults on T side. So maybe we might see some water pinches or maybe some connector aggression, something like that. Because I think that if Liquid just play in a way where they just give EG the space, they're going to have a very hard time. But with these players, they should definitely be getting more aggressive, trying to throw EG off their game.
Yes or no answer on this road to Rio. Obviously, both teams are driving right on down to Brazil. Slight detour with overtime, but is Team Liquid going to do this in 2-0?
I would call this a 2-0 for Liquid. Yeah, I think they're going to win 16-12 if I want to be specific.
Oh, he's even throwing stats out there and it's 4 lines.
Why
Mahone?
not?
Yes, no?
I
Team
think
Liquid?
16-14. I think it's going to be really close. I mean, Liquid have shown that they can play this map at a very high level. Even though if you look on HLTV, they've lost 3 in a row. Those are all very good teams that they lost to.
So there you have it. According to the analysts, Liquid's going to take this 2-0, and with that, they'll be going straight to the Legend stage at Rio. We'll have to find out right after this.
Liquid will hope to use in order to close this one 2-0. They'll start on the CT side, of course. Launders, EG on Overpass versus Liquid. Initial thoughts out the gate?
The fact is, it's kind of scary. The fact that Liquid could have gone to Inferno, for example, then we were able to pick Ancient, and now we look at Overpass, a map that Liquid have played countless times, even more times in recent memory than EG, and have beaten very good teams, including EG. So the last time they actually played 25-23. Oh, sorry, I'm looking at the Ancient stats. Okay, that makes more sense. They still played a lot of times, and they have some close losses to some very good teams, as Mahone pointed out. But they beat Cloud9, they beat Heroic on it as well, where EG do not have wins like that. So a little scary for EG. This has kind of been the map that they, I feel like, are most known for in the history of all the iterations of their lineup. But it's not fun to be able to just to have to play a map that you know the other team is good at.
Yeah, sure enough. You know, the one thing going for EG is just at the current moment exceeding all expectations.
Yeah.
You know, all recency is kind of out the window with what we've got to see them accomplish.
Also, everyone was tweeting me, thank you for giving Yakinder the extra push he needed to close at the map. And it's like, yeah, that's another thing. Like, he just got so warmed up by the end of the map.
That he did. That
basically
ace.
Ended on an ace.
And then multi-kills in each of the rounds after.
It might be silly, but coming into this one, he really did just shake off a ton of rust and consistently put up really big rounds.
So we'll see if the 3v5 can net EG much. They at least get the plant, but 1 kill, maybe? 2? Sure. Elise with the drive-by will be the only victim here in the favor of EG's pistol round. It is Liquid to start the CT side with a win. To be fair, though, I did kind of see, like, you know, Yakinder, you know, all cuddled up in his sweater, blowing his nose constantly.
Looks a little, maybe he's sick, I don't know.
Having a little off day or whatnot.
Yeah. But it's still Yakinder.
Yeah, right. Nice to know he's human. Or at least that's what he wants you to think. Nice clean tap. Looking Ancient-esque. And Nitro to close him out. Of course, the bomb plant facilitates the buy, so we'll get the Galils and the Tech 9 on old Nealon. Tons of util for him, too.
Well, I really like the Nealon, Vorborg, EG T side on Ancient.
Okay.
So definitely when they say they have an identity, I think it's starting to make sense. Looking forward to this T side. See if they bring any new executes.
Ooh, well-timed flash. Both ways. In fact, Nitro going to be worse for wear on 11 health, but OC could be in a position to farm alongside Elige. Cirque will stop that as the short push comes through. Nealon taps with the tech, and the Bulgarian op star with the bomb on his back and 34 health. Just going to play that clock, see if anybody comes in on the flank.
Yeah, the problem was the no headshot molly for that exec. Of course, this is a low buy. They just were able to afford it because of the plant last round.
I like the duality of Nealon, if I'm being honest. You know, he's the guy to grab more grenades than anybody else. He tries to set up that play, but then he is just as quickly from the back of the line into the front with the tech, looking for the entry.
I've noticed that too.
And so he does try to kind of sprinkle in multitudes of styles.
He is sometimes a hard lurker, like we saw in the round 30 call, the OT call on Ancient, where he was lurking hard over on the A site, but he's always throwing utility on the execs, but it's true. Sometimes he is first in.
My opinion of him has risen since we first got to see, you know, this project begin. It did kind of seem like a big question mark, you know, with EG also signing like 15 players. It's like, what are they up to? Nealon, everybody else in NA, but it's starting to take shape. For those of them, everybody not aware as well, right? EG currently has all 3 of their rosters in Stockholm, despite the main team being the only one playing in the road to Rio. They've got everybody here in a nearby hotel. They're boot camping consistently. You know, just to get European practice is a cool thing. So the investment is very clear. For that, I praise EG. But in terms of in the server, round 3, they get no praise. They're all dead. And only one member of Liquid hits the ground.
Yeah, so I think Yakinder will play blue a lot. And on the T side, I don't know if I had this right. I think Nafly was defaulting B, and now Yakinder's defaulting B, and now Nafly's with the pack in mid. I noticed that Yakinder played it a lot like Axile does on Cloud9. But on the CT, I think he just is the, you put your Star Opera on A and you let him work the bathrooms, and he plays it pretty similarly, I would say.
Before that op's even in his hands, OC up and running, 6-1. But here's Yakinder with the pack. Actually, he is the pack. They've got no info in connector, so this is time critical. And with that jump spot, he backs up, leaning into the waiting hands of OC. Now 2 CTs on long.
Actually, I do have something cool to talk about with Yakinder's T side that I learned about, but we'll wait until we get there. For now, we got on control here for the T side. They're making some pace. Yakinder out at long. Trades are good for the CT side.
Nicely done by OC, considering he was just more worried about bathrooms for a second.
Well, yeah, it's like what Maui said on Pro League. When OC starts flowers, he always wins. Except for the time that Maui said that he would.
Yeah, classic. Like that time Maui said that, Esatag was going to get completely owned by Vitality on Overpass in Antwerp. And then Esatag went lights out.
Imagine reading stats. For the time that he said that Keto would be better than Rez in the first 6 months of the year.
Oh, yeah.
And then Keto got cut.
Yeah, I remember that. Naf at the fight. Ooh, lines up Nealon and Hexed. So, unfortunately for Nealon, entering now wounded. Automatic in the same boat. Taking on water. Oh! OC not able to deny the bomb plant, but it pushes Automatic into a weirder spot. He's going to take that as an invitation to come fight Bank. His back is exposed to Nitro, but he's found that perfect pocket where Nitro's not going to be able to peel him off. So it comes down to what OC gives Automatic. If it's an easy kill first before Nitro's out bathrooms, then Automatic turns. He can even tuck around on long. This is critical. Automatic goes to Nitro first. Oh, and then there's damage onto OC. Automatic 1v2, and EG will pick up one early.
I love the play, man. He's not there at long. If the CT is wrapping from long, he doesn't see Automatic, so there's good option coverage there. But he plays in a position where he can pivot so easily, and because he's not inside of long, he's in front of the dice box. He can take the bathrooms kill and then use the dice box as cover to punish OC for not peeking any sooner. So that was real beautiful by the returner.
Last bullet. All right, EG on the board early. A la Automatic. Graces his team with an early gift.
I love playing setups like this when you have someone like Yakinder on your team where he has this angle towards Fountain where he doesn't have cover. It's just a little offy. And then OC above him to watch the cross, and they can stick on for as long as they'd like to.
Holds the smoke. Just enables these two players outside Monster to hold. Oh, Elige kills Nitro in front of him and then gets cleared by Automatic. Not ideal.
Yeah.
Cirque was also in the back line to support, so the op trades look nice. OC's chance, and he misses.
OC.
And a missed shot means a B site compromised to the favor of EG. Bombs brought in. Support is thrown forward. That is just an exit protocol given, and even then, it may not be free. Bree is up on the A site catching Yakinder. OC is going to try to find himself sanctuary somewhere, but that's EG following up through Monster for a second round win.
Yeah, they know where he's at. Well, he's at 9 kills with these last 2 rounds. A couple of missed shots. And they don't win.
Flashes, man. Flashes have been sick today from EG. Across all of Ancient, outside of that B site. And now with the 2 guys on Monster wall, just praying that they survive.
Nice take of the site. Obviously unfortunate that Elige kills Nitro, but he was already low. And I think they were specifically playing the same side of Monster here, so it was obviously always possible.
Terrorists win.
So a good recovery into round 6 for EG.
Leaves Liquid strapped for cash. OC gonna have to go God mode. Nothing spent here from Liquid, not a cent.
So, OC unleashed. Let's see it. Little run boost through the molly.
That is awesome. The little elevation allows you to do that seamlessly. Take almost no damage.
Hex will get found out in connector. I mean, he could just be a victim of the pistol. Yeah. Kinder finds that.
Uh-oh. Now one rifle, one op, and a 5v4, but it's taken back.
Can't get away. They saw that. Oh, if OC had stayed scoped there, then maybe he would have got the monster fight. They wanted to use him in connector instead.
Yeah, I think he got spotted. Nealon finally gets rid of that smoke smartly.
He just loses his footing on both sides. So, yeah, give it all up.
How do they read OC's next rotation, however? Because now everybody's coming back to the A site. Smart move here for Liquid. 2 mollies, so Optimus might get nullified. Expecting a good exec here based on the utility from EG. They don't have enough time to go back to blue if Automatic doesn't see anything. So you can come in on a flank, but they're taking over bathrooms control at the same time. This is a good way to not get mollied out and actually make use of these pistols. This would be an interesting round if they pulled it off. 20 seconds, Automatic doesn't see anything.
OC's gonna have to turn fast. First pistol's down. Op comes back in. Nice headshots from Breeze.
All
and
right.
then Nealon deals with Nitro. So was it set up nicely? Yes, but it doesn't deliver here for Liquid. Naf hoping that he can bring one with him. And Breeze sustains. So nicely done by Breeze there. Blasts brains outside bathrooms.
That was dirty. And, like, OC tried to shoulder peek him so he'd get in between 2 sets of bursts, and he still couldn't get the shot off. Breeze just right on the dome.
The buyback in from Liquid. So same start on Ancient, the 3-0 to the 3-3. Let's see if EG can continue to run with this. No op for OC to swing it here in round 7. Could give Cirque some space to dominate. We'll see. For now, it's connector yet again taken by EG. No resistance from the defense. Some hopeful spam that comes from the B site, but that's it. Kinder with a lot of responsibility here this round. Nobody to offer him help whatsoever, so even just staying alive, critical. He falls back. Ooh, there goes Automatic. That's outside of Monster that the first kill comes in from Liquid. Again, we're going to have the 2 CTs with eyes down it. Nealon's gotten dangerously close. Again, one of the problems of underplaying that A site. It's just too much for Yakinder to hold on to on his own. Nitro turns it back, deals with Cirque. It's really going to have to be Nealon with the heroics. And there it is, that 1 kill on the A site that opens it up for the bomb to come in. But his smoke hits the sidewalk. And that leaves a huge gap on Dumpster. What a weird situation now. And I feel like Alicia's looking at that like, what the hell is this? So at least Nealon finds a little place to hang on, goes for the bank fight, deals a bunch of damage onto Nap, then a follow-up smoke for what was originally intended, and they've managed to get a bomb plant off of this. Eventually, Nitro will flank up from Connector, but we've got Nealon pressed into Liquid.
He has every right to go get a little bit more, I think.
He's ready for it, and it's a Liege who will need to receive. OC right there behind him. Nealon primed for it. Won't be able to get the multi-kill. Hex peeks down through the dumpster, cuts off Nap, and wraps around the wall. It's him versus OC and Nitro. And Hex, he's got that bomb on truck. Utility coming at him. OC instant with the headshot. A 12-3 start on this second map for OC bodes well for Liquid.
Yeah, he's a little, I don't know how, he got so many kills. He's definitely, I just want to say liable for a couple of rounds, but did miss a couple of key shots. Either way, recovered. And the site hit is great. Of course, getting Yakinder down is the only reason to get the bomb plant in the first place. So Nealon just straight up out-dueling Yakinder on long. But Nitro wins the round early with these 2 kills.
Great round from Nitro.
Yeah, Cirque hopping, walking in as well. We'll see Cirque posted up outside Monster, waiting for that double push that come out. I can't remember who they used that against at the Road to Rio so far, but They did very good on the passive setups. Holding for CT aggression. Looks like this one's going to be relatively simple. They're not putting too much pressure over on A, but there's lots of time on the clock, and no one is ready to flank around long or push through bathrooms. Where is Yakinder exactly? Is he inside con? Yeah, okay. He's actually the relay between these two sets of players, as one more goes back towards A. The bomb is now leaving the B site. Yakinder's in the prime location right now, where he'll have the most amount of information, but they've walked by him across Banana.
Unless that short player comes up, yeah, he's gonna find Hex with his back turned. The bomb's still not in. That's the damage down from beneath on short. Cirque with the Glock finishes what Automatic got started. Naf, though, already on truck. The long player's desperate to exit, and OC shuts that down in an instant. Cirque turns his attention back. He's got Automatic to try and crack open the B site. A frag on the pillar would, of course, give them plant, but he turns his attention away, and all of a sudden, Cirque turns gray. A grim situation that he's not even going to try to chance. So the op saved in Liquid, they find 5.
Yeah, Yakinder had a lot of responsibility there, and it was too quiet for him. There's no pressure in blue. There was no one on short that he could hear. No one walked by above him, but they were ready in the B site. They had enough players, and he was the only other support for A site. So he came back up, found a great timing. And the map looked actually kind of powerful there for EG with the amount of space they got without seeing anyone. But of course, that only raised suspicions. And when they made that big rotation around, Yakinder tuned into the timing and thought there must be something going on because they have to make a decision soon.
They don't deal with the Molotov. Opens up a wide door for Yakinder to do as he damn well pleases. They just don't have the utility to deal with that. So I like that Yakinder keeps the pressure on.
I think it's cool how many times CTs are pushing into Playground these days.
Made possible when, you don't deal with that incendiary, right? Just way too easy. Couple bullets for Breeze. He's done. OC and Connector. Playing around with nades, he says, screw it, I'll just re-peek. And in doing so, he gives himself up to Cirque's scope. Automatic's now got a gun. It's a dangerous game to play.
Well, they got the CT spread out now, but Nitro finds the gap.
It's very clear that OC just wanted to drop the smoke on top Connector, but once he starts fumbling with his nades, I think's peeking it would go easily. Not the case.
I think the cool part about this map is where Nitro is right now. If he goes for the full flank, there's still a timing on the door, so he can't always go all the way around. As soon as he doesn't see anyone, he's going to want to, but for now, he's at least got control of full B, but he doesn't have to go for the full flank.
You say cool thing about this map, like the whole thing's not cool.
That's true. It's mostly not.
Naf ready as the util comes in from long. Elige. Ooh, they do still. I thought they missed their chance as he regained vision. Bomb drop, 10 seconds. Nitro, that flank is key, critical in keeping Liquid well ahead of EG, 6-3.
Yeah, that one's pretty calm. Great map from Nitro so far. Couple of headshots coming in the B side clean. Found a small gap there. And again, versus EG, I don't think you want to push Monster that often. Strong buy and a timeout for EG. We haven't seen a pace change from EG. The full Monster exec they did on round 2 didn't even have a headshot molly. They were so poor. So we'll see if they want to try something like that. If you spend too many rounds where you just default, then the other team is just going to hold grenades. So that's why it's really important in Counter-Strike to have tempo changes. As soon as they raise their arm to cover their face, you hit them in the ribs.
Once they cover their ribs, you kick them in the knees.
Then you stab them.
Okay. Leash pays a little price for the damage onto Cirque and Breeze. OC catching Nealon. Door must be off its hinges. And then Naf finding the wallbang as well in the follow-up. So that is a perfect start as far as Team Liquid are concerned. And they even get the Yakinder pickup for number 3. Very comfortable position here for Liquid as EG waited for this buy. Had high hopes of piecing something together and just get shredded from multiple positions out the gate.
Yeah, shredded's the good word, I think, for sure. Middle of the map just dominated, and the get out. A bunch of secret agents.
Long corner occupied, but Yakinder's so low that it's Cirque. Oh, could have got that for free. Maybe they're able to just try to throw it at this A site, but I think now Naf is primed nicely. Automatic delivers the kill on the doorstep of that A site. And I feel like Cirque's primed for yet another save. Won't be able to hold on to any ops, but even as he tries to exit, you know Naf, he's got that killer instinct. Doesn't always look like it, but he's got it in him. And so he'll shut down that last save attempt. Cirque gets cleared. All of EG down for the count, and Liquid keep on winning.
Yeah, it's kind of close here in this first half, but Liquid's starting to peel away a touch. Can see why they would have wanted to call a pause, but we don't get to see the idea come to fruition. Nealon just crossed in front of the door while it was blown up. And I wonder why, because they had money on this round, right? You got to keep that door smoked for that exact reason. The pick is way too easy for OC.
Pistols in for EG. Gives OC some chance to keep on flexing what is an excellent 15-4 score. 10 rounds into this game. Brothers in arms with Yakinder, but OC actually peels away very early from that A play and just gonna leave Yakinder to be the feeler on this one. He'll come up back top con. He's got bodies crouching past him. Ooh, met by Nealon's dirty deagle. And a smoke drops for somebody else to throw. See, this is what I'm saying. Like, Nealon will just take it to that next level. He will charge in and try to get the job done. OC gonna have to keep cowering back step by step. They get positioning next to the truck. OC comes back in to recover alongside Naf, who just throws himself into the fray. Automatic's got the follow-up with Cirque right there with him. It's a 2v2 and a plant made possible. Considering what they come in with, EG have to be happy with what's already gone down, but there's more to be had. And a chance for OC. He holds on the first shot, catches Cirque up close, pushes Automatic to the clutch, and he's already delivered 1v2, but a deagle miss and an attack from Nitro seals the 8th for Liquid.
Damn, that was a cute play. Tried to jump across the screen. OC's like, joke's on you, I'm not even fast enough to hit that.
Yeah. And reserved enough to just not even try. Self-awareness at an all-time high.
Scary round because of some great individual work here with the pistols. Headshots on almost every peak.
Nice to see Cirque having fun again.
Yeah.
He's just a lighthearted person.
Challenger locked in.
Yeah. Always good for a giggle.
It's a great time for EG. EG will be at the major. Astralis will not. G2 will not. It's not easy these days.
You know, we haven't really had like our big missed opportunity yet at the America's Road to Rio. Felt like yesterday it could have happened once
yeah, you said it, no huge snubs, right?
Yeah, right? Like, you know, it's gonna happen tonight by the feeling of it. Either Imperial or Complexity, one of the, you know, two teams that people really paint as major attendees. Yakinder, he gets shut down by Nealon.
Dude, Nealon has been eating his food all game. Very impressive.
5v4 as they shoot for their 4th. OC feeling lonely now, having lost that first A player and a missed op shot.
Oh.
He's not sure how safe the fallback is, and it isn't.
Yeah. Oh, but they fall back.
Yeah, the connector player doesn't apply much pressure, and OC is starting to sense this. Like, why am I not dead yet?
Yeah, they're giving him too much time to get composed in this position. They still weaken up the A site knowing the op rotation is very hard. Like, he, for example, can't go past stairs that easily. But Hex peels back to the point where he can actually leave if he wants to. I don't know if he should have been given this amount of space. They had a chance to at least go 1-for-1 on a kill, and now it's OC to get it. I think that was too passive from Hex.
And that's kind of Hex now, you know, clearly steps behind everybody else on EG. Lesser kills on the first map, but at least kind of close. Now he's 1-11. And that one just set up OC to recover this round. OC going absolutely above and beyond. To think that once upon a time, OC was about to get pinched top connector and he looked dead. Now he sits comfortably behind the truck. Maybe not so comfortably once the utility comes through, but Naf, it's a one and done. And so the bomb plant here with automatic and Cirque right there with him.
I think they actually hear the CT rotation as well. Zalige ran up, so they can back up into bathrooms and they know 2 players are here.
Oi! Smoke fading. Cirque almost caught. He doesn't land his shot. Utility's coming out. We've got a smoke grenade on the leash to cover the bomb. Things could get sketchy.
Wow.
Cirque, he gets caught out by a leash who's had a quieter game, but now shines in round number 12. That's 9, the way of Liquid, and a nice little 2v2 recovery as well in the A site.
Notice Cirque struggles a little bit when they jiggle. They jiggle peek him. Sometimes he gets a little wavy with the shot. And Elige knows he almost has to just try it. And it works.
This round made possible by the fact that OC was allowed to even live.
They let him go. They're actually too scared of him.
The big fish off the hook.
Like, OC will not play stairs with the op if Yukinder is not on top of him outside of bathrooms, or they have someone taking over short control. Because those are his only 2 points of rotation, except for the crazy one where he pushes an op to the ladder at the end. So they had a huge opportunity. He must be feeling very powerful after that round.
Chances now going to be far and few between. OC on the cusp of 20 kills within this first half. Yukinder with another attempt and kneeling.
Again.
Oh, man's
Dude,
nasty.
his peaks are crazy good, yeah. It's been first bullet every single round.
Sets himself up for the further entry. Naf gonna lose his angle on the dumpster. Hopes to get tricky with it. But the utility's making Team Liquid very uncomfortable at this point. The post plant can just be held onto for bathrooms. We'll see if anybody tries to go and extend into the risk. Molotov onto the staircase. That'll fluster the CTs for another second. Flashbang continues to make things awkward. Retake util, 1 smoke, and a trio of flashes. It's got to be here. It's got to be now. And a nice dink in from Naf. He finishes off Cirque, gets the back of Breeze turned. Elige finding Hex. 4 kills without any death, the way of Liquid. Automatic now has everything to do, and that is a S-tier retake from Liquid.
That was so beautiful. Naf's shots were incredibly hard. The taps that he just did to the flower bed. And then once he dislodged that player, everyone else's spots get weaker, as we can see. There's so much insecurity from the man who's trying to push into CT spawn, and then everybody else falls. Beautiful rifle work here from Liquid. And it's crazy that like they get this Yukinder kill with no trade, 2 rounds in a row, no damage, and they still can't convert with a huge timing to take the A site. Neelan's like, what the hell, guys? I'm just supposed to be the IGL.
Making a hell of an entry. We got Yukinder on the op, and
Everyone's getting...
okay. Everybody's just rocking
Yukinder has
Yukinder.
seen 1 frame of a T for the past 3 rounds.
And this time it's Hex. That's only his 2nd kill this half. Man's been looking in the mirror while he's on the sidelines, just sharpening that spear.
Well, let's see if Liquid can win again without Yukinder.
Yeah, the 5v4 hasn't been the problem. Wow. OC, quick snap into Hex. Sweet revenge for Yukinder's death.
That's nasty.
And now he's going to fixate on the long fight, which is sure enough right there.
If he hit that, I would leave. I don't know where I would go, but I'd come back.
Yeah, I kind of need a... Yeah, I can't do this on my own.
They let him go again, though. Oh, but he doesn't think they would have approached him on long. This is actually, you know, pretty crazy, but they're also just making noise as they cross him. OC's confused, but okay, finally they kill him.
Breeze comes back for it. Elish gets aggressive. And Neelan's got a clean trade. We've got a player over towards barrels. That was Nitro, who had hoped to keep Monster under control. Naf. 1v3, and he does some damage, but Neelan gonna stand tall. Turns out if Neelan's not dead, he can continue to put in that impact. So sure enough, EG winning a mid-round to add at least one more to the board.
Some confusing situations there. Like, OC gets his kill, then he gets a lot of space again, and he's like, why is nobody flanking me for once? And then Breeze just goes forward with protocols thinking that he's rotated over towards long, and then walks into the top bathrooms and still kills OC somehow.
Ooh, Hex. CT is real close. And he gets caught by that. Really didn't expect that Yukinder would be ready. Automatic, he's got that double. Neelan with the recovery. Honestly, Hex for 3. It's a valuable trade to the favor of EG. OC alive and kicking. Naf's going to be down in the depths of the B site.
20 and 5 on OC and 16 and 8 on Nafly.
Killers. Yukinder -5. Elish -4. And Naf trying to compete with OC. Pushes it on to Neelan. What more must I do? He has to ask himself as they will switch sides. But we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, I think the most impressive part, yeah, look at the score lines, like, between those two, it's just nuts. But the fact that they, like, lost a Kinder without anything a couple of times and then still won. Oh, there's so much pressure. Oh, he got 2.
That's not bad.
Wow, that's great. See the bomb going up to A site. They're just in time to get there first.
Considering how doomed he looked with that split coming in. But, I mean, I'm gonna say it. What a drop-off from Breeze from map 1 to map 2.
Yeah, true.
Nealon and Automatic trying their absolute damnedest to keep it alive in that first half. But listen, we also saw a really shaky Yakinder throughout Ancient, and he was able to kind of find his footing, so we'll give them a bit more time.
His head is huge right now. It's a huge target, at least.
Yakinder is being given a chance to slide close. It's not been checked by Cirque at all. Right on the cusp of the shadow. Oh, he got as close as possible before that flash came in.
He doesn't get the kill.
Least enough to get Cirque off the angle, so bomb's now into the site.
Yeah, they kind of...
Whoa.
Oh, they're going for the truck plant. Oh, this is a even stronger post plant, actually. And OC gets the first kill.
Cirque will bring it back. OC looking for a little bit more. Glock gets away from him. It needs to be Nitro. It's a 1 versus 3. They don't know where he's at, but once they spot him, they swat him down. And with it, EG can start their CT side.
Yeah, super clean. A lot thanks to Automatic there in this pressured situation. Flank on both ends, trying to find a way out. They catch him in the stairs, and he still gets a frag. Clearing 96 ADR. On his welcome back map, I think it was versus Vitality, he pulled off some unbelievable plays. And a scoreline to remember. I was like, okay, yeah, he's for real back. So I'll be happy to play Overpass. I don't know if Hex thinks his score is backwards, but he's pretty excited.
Yeah, he's stoked. Hey, listen, he's good for the chance. Hex reminds me of like a Twist before the glow up. You know, he hasn't found himself yet. He doesn't have any accolades to be feeding the ego just yet. Give him a few years. You have scorpion tattoos and fuchsia hair in no time.
Maybe a Grand Slam.
Yeah, maybe 2. Leech sliding closer to the bathrooms. There's a booby trap being set in here. We've got 3 CTs from EG just silently tucked in.
That is 3 boobies right there.
Oh, man. That's rare. Automatic. He'll catch the first kill. Cirque. He maintains. Leash gets cleared out by Nealon, so that FOMUS into the kill feed, and we've got the double deagles with the utility sprinkled across Naf and Nitro. But Automatic walking in will end this quick. A 5-round lead for Liquid still for now, but a nice conversion from Evil Geniuses to get this CT side rolling.
I love that. I mean, I think when you look at Overpass bathrooms, sometimes you have one rifler with 2 good angles to work with, and you can leave them alone. But, like, why not help them out? Because you're close to the stairs rotation, and you hold on to A, and you can do it long at the same time. You get shadow advantage on every single fight. Right now, Liquid are 5 rounds away from getting a legend spot at Rio, but we're holding our breath.
Because Evil Geniuses, again, continue to exceed expectations all week long. Automatic pops up, brings down 2. Nice and easy. Now feed that MP9 some money so Cirque can afford the op. It's an expensive addiction. But oh, it's worth it.
For those easy kills.
Yeah. Nitro down, so that's 3 to the MP9. Oh, no, excuse me, just the 2. Not quite the ops price tag, but hey, it'll help.
I do prefer the defaulty meta of these new age overpass instead of monster rushing 14 rounds in a row like we saw just a few years ago. But it does mean these days you are going a little bit slower to work harder for things. Respecting all the CT advantages. Early short control is going to get taken here from Naf. Ooh, and Yukinder was supporting him and goes back to the pack, so maybe I wonder if they're switching roles back up. Things have been changing almost every day with Liquid, actually, in terms of little adjustments to positions. Who goes where.
Why do I just feel like there's a one tap coming from Automatic? Like, Yukinder's been getting bullied for the whole series, but Automatic falls away from it. Yukinder pressing in will be the only long player. We've got a boost on the sign in sight, but there's actually nobody from bathrooms, so soon enough they'll move that third piece back down to the B site where Team Liquid look to flex man advantage.
Yeah, they're throwing some nades, but this actually could clue the CTs into the exact coming into towards B.
Hex gonna have to improve on what he's been able to offer so far here on Overpass. Breeze as well, kind of same boat, right? These are the two bottom fraggers for EG. And Elige picks up that first one. Automatic's gonna go down empty-handed. Breeze has got the double. The bomb will be picked back up and planted. What's left of the counter-terrorist comes in as smoke fades. Elige hands busy. What? Nealon, he just hit the ground out of the heaven drop, pushes Yukinder to the clutch. He needs to deliver, finds the low HP first. Next is Cirque in the water. Yukinder sends him down the river.
Damn.
And Liquid lead by 5.
Wow, Cirque gets clapped, and that exec was so crazy. The amount of frags that went back and forth. A nice hold, I guess, from Nealon. As soon as that smoke came up, he gave him their only chance to get back into that round. Couldn't sit behind that for 15 seconds, so he heeds to the call of action. But the two entries from Elige and then the clutch from Yukinder, that's just too much to deal with. So only small thing that's interesting is they have the sign boost going on where they can see over top of nades. And so sometimes it can be better to not throw anything in a fake, because if you do that and they don't see people behind it, then you know early. So that boost calls it out. But then the double-edged sword is the fact that you have two people that are sitting there waiting at the same time on the A site. So though you don't have like 4 rotations out. And so they really did rely on the 2 members, mainly in the B site at present, to make that hold happen, and they couldn't do it. Liquid do look really good. That was a very strong round from beginning to end.
They lean on those B players so much as well. You know, fair to say, I think Breeze delivers. He gets his 2, but Hex was just so canceled out by utility, burned away from the barrels. He had to then run into a smoke. So then he just presses into Tease, who, oh my God, Naf. He goes down. Hex manages the first one. Yukinder.
All the flashes are insane, but what the hell is that?
He gets it in the end, but Nealon's already here. And Nealon offers up a hold again. That last round, he just threw himself out from heaven. Elige is going to have to come through 1v3. He's already found his exit from Monster. Going to creep up, tries to tap into the barrels player. He's got a lot of time if he can escape and create some questions. Just get this first one, and things could get easier. But he doesn't connect the headshot, and so he starts to peel back.
Jesus, man, the amount of utility that's been used. Elige actually still has a smoke and a flash. It's this op that I think makes the big difference, but there are 2 players that are pretty low right now, and Cirque, he missed this.
He gave him the gap.
I think he might just be watching left side killer. Oh, so
Nealon figures it out.
Let's see if Cirque, yeah, okay.
Still looking for the barrels player. Elige not expecting that op from above.
That was kind of hard to read when they saw Nealon, holding on the other side of the pillar. What else would be watched? But it did feel possible in that moment. Man, that rush looked like it caught him completely off guard, right? Nafly is out way in front of the Molotov with his MAC-10, but then he also gets flashed.
It's just the fact that Automatic holds off on short control.
True.
Without that, then suddenly the site's super compromised. So Automatic yet again, lending more than one helping hand to Evil Geniuses. Can't forget, he is one of NA's major winners. And Now he's stuck into the corner with pistols swarming all around him. Yakinder with the point-blank Tech-9 shot. An AK grabbed here for the 3 remaining members of Liquid. And Cirque will go down. That could now be an off for Naf. Oh, and he hits Nealon. Gets finished by Yakinder. And if Team Liquid can win this one, that's going to be a tough pill to swallow for EG. That'll be flashes of the 1 round on Ancient that also went similarly. Ooh, the cross given over to OC. He's going to plant on Truck. They know there's at least 1 flank, but in reality, there's 2. And this is another moment where we're expecting a step up from Breeze and Hext. These 2 guys have struggled on Overpass while their 3 other teammates succeed. And if you're not coming in with quantity, then you've got to deliver in quality. And this would be that high tier round to win. Hext flushes OC into the crosshair of Breeze. Bomb on the Truck. Naf cresting the top of Dumpster. This is going to get stuck, and Naf seemingly nothing to do. So sure enough, they come through with that retake, keeping the lead at 3.
Yeah, they get shoved out of it. When you brought that up, I was curious, but I think Automatic is the only active North American major winner in the scene right now. Because the only other person...
No Ska, no Tarek,
it's
no
just
Stewie.
Rush that's playing for EG Black.
Wow.
But I don't even know...
what that is.
I honestly don't know what that is. I won't lie to you.
That's true.
Holding the torch high.
Yes, sir. Kinder's getting pelted by nades. Close shots, but no cigar. Critical territory here for EG to hang on.
Well, they somehow tricked EG into playing way back here. On a round where they do have a lot of utility actually still to work with. Seen that B exec was pretty vicious. So between Hext and Breeze, 12 kills in total. Responsible for the B site right now. They'll have to do a lot.
Hex gets bested by Naf. Puts much more pressure on Breeze. He was the one of the 2 to deliver last time this B site was under question. Trying to hold him back. We've got 20 seconds, and Nealon's going to get plucked from the sky. Not going to work this time around. Breeze is still nearby. But with that, OC is able to catch him, and so now it's Cirque up in heaven. The bomb plant will not be stopped, and the retake will not be likely. This is Team Liquid shooting a 13th onto the scoreboard. And unfortunately for EG, I feel like we're getting a bit of a fixation here from Liquid on these 2 underperforming players in Hext and Breeze.
There is, and there's no line of defense before that. There's no stairs player. There's no big flank coming in. There's no pushing along here. So I wonder, again, how they coerced Liquid into playing so passively over on A right off the jump.
Oh.
But for whatever reason, they did it. I think from now on, EG, it would be smart to probably be a bit more proactive. Because, like, Liquid are a team, you know they're going to use the space properly. They've been one of the most impressive teams in the world at identifying when there's nobody in certain positions what the setup is entirely. Like, they are really good at cluing into that. They are always moving with purpose. I think that wins them the round. So, yeah. Right now, Breeze and Hex not having a great game. They didn't get a kill, either of them, on that site hold. And Liquid won. Go figure. I mean, maybe EG don't feel like the favorite in this matchup, but they got to this best of 3 by going 3-0. They have the ability to skip an entire stage of the major that they have no guarantees of getting out of. I think still most people, when they do their pick'ems, are probably not going to have EG getting through challengers, considering the quality of teams that are there.
Right.
It's not easy. It's not even to say that they're not good enough.
Yeah.
It's just really, really hard.
You know,
and that could be the truth for Liquid, man. I mean, G2 literally didn't even qualify to the major. It's like, who knows? So skipping a whole stage is very serious.
fast one. Again, you know, we said the meta shifted away from the B rushes, but Team Liquid, they have smelt blood in the water. And again, it's Nealon to try to come through. Nasty with those pistols, but unfortunately the site hold itself, not quite there. Automatic, again, helping hands are the only thing that succeed within this B site. Hex, you have to deliver. And he's not able to find that wallbang to stop plant under pressure from the push through water. And Elige is going to finish that off. Elige having picked up 3 scalps so far in round 23. Cirque at Automatic, all that's left over. Another empty-handed situation from the original B defenders.
Yes. So smart from Liquid to go back into this. I really think Liquid started to get better and better at the B execs during this 2018 period, where 2019 even, where Astralis just used it over and over and over again versus them. They really learned kind of the strength of it. No ceilings over the site, really open, great for nades. And Liquid are pulling out a more classic overpass with the straight-up monster rushes, and Naf is eating the flashes. He is, as a first player out on a couple of these rounds. But they don't know how to organize behind it, and it feels like something they're going to have to solve after the match is lost if it keeps going at this rate. But right now, you know, Hext and Breeze doubling up here, falling back, eating flashes, and not knowing where to adjust from. Hext literally throws a smoke in the pit behind him. Would have just got spammed down in that spot, but didn't know how to adjust.
Yeah, their smokes, not solids. That's going to have to be Cirque and Automatic with those M4s held on to. So I do feel like the rotates have gotten closer and closer out of the gate, right? Think about how quickly Nealon and Automatic were into the fray on B last round. They do it again here inside Connector. Working with the little they have, they open up 5v4, and Cirque, he can sense that there's somebody nearby. Nitro.
They're like on the same wavelength.
Love this from Nealon.
Oh,
he's not looking at his screen. He's looking at his teammate's monitor, but oh, thank God he picks that up. Holy hell, brother.
Oh, man.
Oh, I just had a heart attack.
That's crazy.
Screen watchers. Breeze. He's going to end it with the headshots point blank. So excellent round coming out of EG. They get active inside Connector. You know, something else other than just the 2-man start on B.
And I think when Astralis were hitting them with the B exec over and over again, the solution was not simply to play more players in B, because you get hit by the same flashes, get zoned in the same position back of the site, but it's instead to think about other parts of the map. So the rotations are faster, so you can, you know, swing open a condor and stop them on short, or whatever the case may be.
Cool as a cucumber.
Yeah.
Didn't even give it. And I'm wondering, would that terrorist had to have walked over his head to fall off?
I think he did, yeah.
Right?
Like Yukinder, I think he walked completely over his head. So he could have thought, wait, why am I not falling, and looked down.
But didn't. Nealon just part of the background noise.
So honestly, once again, they don't have that rotational support right now, and Liquid have made a game plan to get this con control right away. EG are not fighting for it. Oh, but Hext, he'll find a kill in front of Monster. Okay, that helps.
Better late than never. Naf sees that as a call to action. Breeze. Crosshair wasn't placed where it needed to be, but he recovers and will get the 5v3 out of this. So Evil Geniuses with a little life in them late in this second half. Automatic creeping through the smoke grenades on bathrooms. Gonna hear that scope from OC, sees that as a chance to strike him down, and delivers another, perhaps. And sure enough, a headshot right between the eyes of Nitro pushes Elige into an awkward 1v5. And Automatic just continues to rack up these kills. Absolutely dominating. Point blank, no scope to Elige, and he doesn't even blink.
Yeah, that's pretty chill. So good one from Hex early. Up on the grade, I think. Just sitting and taking that fight.
I'm starting to get behind this whole Nealon Automatic duo. Nealon really shaping up, bringing in his style, and then adjusting it to what he's working with.
Not to be confused for Neil M.
No, there is a clear
Gucci
difference.
Gaming Academy League.
Yeah.
CCO.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes. One of them is much louder than the other. We got pistols up for Team Liquid, so suddenly, EG looking like they could get that sweat on the brow of Liquid. Naf trying his damnedest alongside OC. On Ancient, it was the longer the game went on, the more powerful Yakinder got. Automatic shot in the back as he falls away, and Cirque misses his chance to get an easy 5v3 at the minute 30 mark. So they'll have to concede a little A control to Liquid.
Yeah, and they did see both Automatic and Cirque fall back at the same time. But the God B smoke comes out, they can't really do anything except chill for a second. No pushover on the B side, so they can't simply forget about it. But they have the door blown open, they're spotting.
Smokes make it a little weird. They're going to get closer and closer, but they have so little to work with. Naf, I appreciate the belief in himself there. Pistol versus Cirque down long? I don't think so. Nealon waits for OC to deliver his head on a silver platter, and Nitro's right there with him. So for having 5 players up, EG, they're going to love this. 26th round is theirs for the taking.
Yeah, they did great. This money will matter for sure.
And Yakinder dies empty-handed, so sure enough, all members of EG stand tall, as this CT side is starting to be quite something.
It is, yeah. 11-4 down, back in the game. Come back looking like it was on Ancient. But no promises.
Timeout here for Liquid.
Thing is, if I'm Liquid, I don't really see a justification for doing anything else except for taking con control if they're getting it like a minute 10 over and over again. They clear that out and pretend to go long and take bathrooms and then just go back to Monster. What's stopping them? I think it could be Cirque. But I'm not sure we see EG responding to that adequately yet. And they also just have the full Monster Rush, which has worked for them as well.
Yeah. Breeze has stepped it up a notch, so that definitely helps. Counter-terrorists take the door off its hinges. Gives Automatic an angle, and then we get the push. So EG getting a little more active.
That's way better, yeah.
A lively B setup for once.
I think if you're Liquid, you're like, hey, why aren't they responding to this? Like, this has been too easy for us. So I'm sure they're thinking one step ahead in that regard. Oh, that was close.
Not far off the mark. Cirque still slides back.
Flash over top of Con. Automatic doesn't even see the target that was just there. They don't know about Automatic either, though.
They do know about Nitro.
Uh-oh.
So now Automatic.
He's in a dangerous spot now. They have him smoked out the back.
They put a smoke above him.
Coming in from the top as well.
He's trying to just squeeze, and he manages to get Nitro.
Oh, he jumped by.
Wild.
Oh my god, that's a
Alige.
perfect approach from Alige.
Killer instinct just slices through the air. Now, Breeze is still inside of the short water. Remember, finally, a more aggressive stance from this B setup. And Hext, his confidence has got to be low at 5 and 20. Doesn't want to do the dance of death with Alige, who walks out unsuspecting. Breeze able to answer from down beneath him, but his back is exposed to Monster. Hex comes in with a critical wallbang. And it's not enough to keep Breeze alive, but it is enough to keep the numbers in the hands of EG. He needs to do more, and he does. A multi-kill from Hext, and that immediately turns Yakinder back to Connector for a second. That was their only chance to get into that B site. Yakinder, he'll hang on to that AK. He'll survive this round, but EG make it a 1-round lead, and Hext finally has a round to be proud of.
Wow, that was such a better round. I really wasn't believing they would even try something like that, but they got the con set up with Automatic. He got his kill when they tried to fight out. They had that door blown open and kept eyes on it, and Hex got key kill after key kill. along with Breeze, who is also drawing attention from. So he was able to kind of play support in that way as well, wearing a few different hats in this situation. And again, when they absolutely needed it, because it felt like what was happening in the past was going to happen again, and Liquid were going to try to pinch on shore and take over Monster and then hit the B site again.
And they're making them work. And Alicia's scout will find nothing. And this half by attempt to support Yakinder in the solo AK. Automatic with the 30 bomb. And still room to improve. OC has gone and gathered the scout, so that'll be him with a better weapon. It's been a little while since we saw them just go in with those straight up B hits. Hext sees OC in the background, so easy repeat for him. An advantage over the scout, and an awkward angle for the T side. A push up from Naf gets canceled in an instant, and so unfortunately for Liquid here, there has been nothing to get it going. Yakinder finally revealing where the AK's at with a kill versus Breeze, but no follow-up because Hext has had himself another multi-kill round. Regain a little control, but Nitro.
Whoa, 40 seconds. Bomb can get picked up as well. This is entirely possible. He has full health and a smoke.
He's already halved what was the 1v4.
They have to be very careful here.
And he did it taking no damage. He's got the full health, and they give him a lot of space. So this is EG banking on the retake. Nitro burned off sight. Well aware of the Heaven play.
He can go back pit if he wants to.
Not quite sure as to where Automatic's coming in from. He's going to play the smoke in sight for as long as it lasts. Slides onto the water ramp. This would be a massive clutch for Nitro. Just get the job one step closer, but Automatic, sharp as ever, 31.
Damn.
After that 2K here, and a tied game at 14 all.
Keep weaponizing Automatic when he's got this scoreline going. And another magical overpass performance here from Automatic. Key plays, key kills from Hext. Some of these kills are pistols, but getting his confidence back, and he won already a couple of very important rifle duels as well. And now you can definitely see them figuring this out. They were saving on that round, however.
Yep.
So they're in a full buy.
Setting themselves up for this one. And Cirque, wow, how far is he going? Routes back. Ooh, aggressive through the monster. Naf falls away. Comes in with the kill. Hext. Nope, nothing. Not for EG this time.
Oh, they tried to turn it all the way up. I mean, listen, very noble. Try something new. Get more aggressive, but...
We've seen them inching that dial and it working, but now they tried to crank it.
Yeah.
And it blows up in their faces.
Yeah, fully outdueled.
Come at Naf, 2v1, and he drops both bodies. The thing is, though, of the 3 players still alive for EG, this has been their formula.
Oh, what?
Yep.
From downtown, Automatic takes Yakinder down, and this gives hope to EG.
That it does. The bread and butter of evil geniuses in Automatic, Nealon, and Cirque. And Automatic, I love this. Doesn't hide. Just hopes that somebody comes in and walks forward. And who is it? Oh,
what?
Read like a book.
You're kidding.
That smoke's a little poofy.
He's like, that's a little weird.
I ain't about that.
I can't believe he spammed that. That's insane. The site is taken.
Yeah, Naf's a serial killer. OC's gonna hold that flank. This one should be a sitter. Sure enough, shuts that down. No reason to look elsewhere as his 2 teammates hit that A site for free. So there it goes. Cirque, just as easy as the first. 15 to Liquid.
1 round away from locking in the legend spot and eliminating EG from this decider matchup. Automatic tries his hardest, puts a death grip on the round with that long range tap into the back of long, and it was close to being enough. But Cirque, the guy who went to the other side of the map, killed 2 of the bottom performers, trying to get a little bit more aggressive than normal, came back, refragged him while he was trying to be cerebral. Leave it to Naf to think, maybe I'd play a spot like that.
Yep.
And put the spam down. That's enough to seal the deal.
It's that killer instinct.
It feels like OT could absolutely be on the horizon. You know, EG have lots of money. They've done lots of good work on the CT side. They're definitely not going to try that push again.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Naf back against the wall, has nowhere to run. That's so nasty. You know, I could see it in Automatic's mind's eye. You know, somebody's gonna walk up long, this little position. He's trying to go God mode in order to keep EG competitive in a 3v5, and now our Team Liquid turning back to what started their success story, the all-in on B. It's good damage. Can Hex hold on? He's been improving. He's sitting on the barrels and looking for his second. It's a stream of flashbangs that keeps him blind. He puts smoke at his feet, and it primes Automatic to come in. 3 versus 5, turned down to just 2. And Team Liquid hitting a brick wall on the B site at the start of all this. Nitro low HP. OC somewhere behind him. And they just don't have targets to topple. So they sulk into the corners of what they do control. Measly morsels outside of this monster. And a frag grenade that almost finds its mark. OC just looking for that headshot on Hex. And Hex has so much support around him. They'll lock this in. They're anticipating EG to make some kind of a mistake, but nobody's really moving. OC rings out the warning shot. The flanker could potentially get caught. I feel like that's one thing that OC maybe nabs. We'll see just how aggressive Automatic gets. But from short, through connector, back into the T-spawn, and now as OC looks away, there's 35 seconds, and Automatic's got this hook, line, and sinker. Calls out the position of Nitro, they hone in, and a 4th overtime in this series. Evil geniuses will simply not stop trying after 30 rounds.
In a row. Pass and has all of these unbelievable performances. The pressure doesn't get to him. He is the major champ. And he wants this map 3.
See if he can get it. 3 overtimes needed to separate these teams on Ancient. The first begins here on Overpass.
Having some time to think could benefit a lot here for EG, who are still able to pick up rounds, you know, despite their weaknesses getting exploited.
Oh,
wow, that's a great shot. I don't know if he'll know about that damage, but it'll matter.
Oh, Nitro.
Oh, right when he's about to pull out a nade, automatic. Man, that could be straight up off the clock, or hearing that shot from Cirque that forced automatic to go forward. But they have the escort support here to get him out of there. And 3 players on A rotations are absolutely perfect here for EG.
Bail out a connector through short, safely tuck into the B site. Nealon playing counter flash because there will be a streamline of utility coming through from Liquid. Fire on Cirque's feet, that forces him back. It's gonna be a lean onto the 2 players towards Truck instead. Nealon now facing, Breeze ready to respond. Nealon up first, empty-handed. OC, ooh, down alongside Yakinder. Breeze. It's an easy double kill and a third. Assists for each of those frags. And Naf left in a clutch that seems impossible. No time for him to go recover that bomb. Evil Geniuses will continue their CT winning streak straight at the start of OT.
Yeah, and I think we saw some very hard and really well thought out rounds from Liquid. I don't really know how they take it a step further. Whereas for EG, we saw them be competitive despite Liquid pulling these rounds out, and it's clear what they could improve upon and have already shown that they can. Keeping players like Automatic inside of Con to help babysit the B-site players and use them as well to support him to rotate out. I think that's a perfect weaponization of a guy who's at the top of the leaderboard at the moment. And with that in mind, if Stairs isn't going to be easy to win, what are Liquid gonna do?
Molly ahead of Liquid. They put that out real quick, so Automatic has to know playgrounds could be a problem. Naf headhunting the jump up. That's Nealon, one of 3 B defenders early. Who's going to get weaponized for Team Liquid? Who can match up to Automatic at the moment? Because Automatic does not shy away from these fights right now.
Yeah, they mollied him to... They mollied the boost. Oh, his gun is showing.
A1S.
Uh-oh.
A fickle mistress. The Liege going to barrel stuff Automatic right then and there.
That's an enormous win. Look what they do immediately is just organized to that same game plan. And they're pushing short. Or they're pushing Monster, excuse me, phasing the smoke.
Man, Hex is in the middle of this. Oh! A jump over to the barrels. Again, Elige is just flying through the air. And that's so unfortunate. EG, if they just have an easy target, then maybe they get more. Nealon, though, playmaker position.
They don't think he could be this close.
He gets napped first, but then OC able to answer point blank. Cirque, a valuable op to be saved. Nice shot by OC. Cirque is going to find him right then and there. Elige pressing up to Graffiti as we have Nitro further back on short side. Cirque looking like he wants to make this happen, but Elige over top of the wooden wall will find that 16th to Liquid.
Yeah, that's... Yep, they do it. That Monster push, I swear, I don't know how often it works. It doesn't feel like very.
In EG's case?
The EG's case, but I mean, honestly, every team. I wonder, like, what the success rate of that play actually is, because...
It's like the crane push of Vertigo.
Yeah, it does feel like it. They phase it, and if any kind of default is going on, it's... I feel like there's a million ways to die, but in that situation, they were down, so you can see why they wanted to try it.
And again, if they can just catch those players before they come around the corner of the barrel, maybe it's an easier shot.
Oh, they missed the flash here. Might just walk into Cirque scope. Oh, well, they do. They do.
But OC just slides beyond. Looking like a good overtime T-side for Liquid. They can capitalize on the 5 versus 4, but Automatic's alive. And if Automatic's alive, you may have problems. Going God mode for EG right now. He's got 3 players behind him on long. Flash comes through. He's blind and cannot deliver. It's damage on Yakinder, but that's it. And Hext is next, dead. Naf, a second. Headshots after headshots from him. It is Nealon in an impossible clutch to try and close out the first half of OT. So Team Liquid, there we go. Marked improvement from regulation to overtime.
Oh, and he'll have no target. I mean, they're flashing everything. They're smoking him. They know exactly where he is. They see him finally, and Nealon... yeah. He can try to find a way to get back into this, but... I'll tell you right now, this would be the craziest 1v5 of all time.
Well, if that's the case, then let's treat it like it's possible. You got nothing to lose, Nealon. Fresh addition to NACS. He's done some wild stuff jumping out of heaven, but he takes too much damage. So Yakinder going to end that one with ease. His 20th kill. As Yakinder is still a little more quiet than usual. But we suspect he's under the weather. All that matters for Liquid is the fact that they have this edge after the first half in OT.
That's how he killed him.
And he just snaps it on Automatic. Naf, nice 2 kills down in con to really seal the deal on that one. Evil Geniuses will take to the T side at a deficit. Liquid, ball's in your court to close.
Naf's been doing an excellent job versus those B-boys.
Ooh, Breeze! What? That's nasty! He's gonna jump around the corner and get caught by Naf, but what a couple of openers from Breeze. He says, thank God I'm finally off this boring B site. Let me throw it at him. And with a couple haymakers, he knocks out 2 players from Party.
Is he on an iPad?
Dude. Nice kills from Breeze. It's quality, not quantity. In the 4th round of OT, Nitro with a little recovery. He just slides out. Snaps Hex off the round and cuts that man advantage to just 1.
That was my stomach.
Gonna get a little bit of a cross here. They clear water.
Yeah.
Sets up Naf nicely. Oh, almost.
Ooh.
From a 5 versus 3 to a 1 versus 1. Good of Cirque to close it.
Yeah, for sure. Naf is kind of just as fearsome, it feels like, as Automatic with the rifle right now. No easy rounds whatsoever. Really want to see that spray again. Dude, that is disgusting. That reminds me of that Tessus.
Yeah, the
stare
Tessus.
spray.
Oh my God.
That was, of course, 4 kills. Leaves this one in the dust, but unreal nonetheless.
The Tessus stairs spray. The peak of online CS was that moment. Nade out for Yakinder. It's good damage. That's Hex down to 49 already. We've got short control here for Team Liquid. And if they suss that Hex is low, then that nade, destined for him. He is dead. Doesn't put out the fire in time. It creeps to his feet, and with it, Liquid fall back. They want 18 off the back of this 5v4.
A perfect compliment there to have the HE come in at the same time.
Yeah, 2 frags and some fire to get the job done.
No loitering, say Team Liquid. They call it the next portion of the plan here from EG as they rock back around through spawn. Only 1 smoke now to actually try to get out. I wonder if they'll try to contact or... Cirque's got the full kit.
Nitro's got support to his right side and Elige. Automatic trying for the pillar kill. He'll get it. Elige, he's got that double. Automatic spots 2, but he runs back out fully blind. And so Team Liquid, that's 18. Elige with a multi-kill. Comfortable inside that B site, delivering unlike the members of EG.
Yeah, now they're about to touch on it here. There's
Legends.
Legend spot potentially here within 1.
And it kind of feels as it should be. Ultimately, we walk away with just nothing but respect for Evil Geniuses. This is a road to Rio that, you know, some would have written them off to not qualify for the major. Not only have they qualified, but they were mere rounds away from getting themselves a Legends spot. They still have one chance to extend this map. But poor Automatic, who has been a key piece to the lifeline of EG on Overpass, is 48 HP. Not ideal. Got a lot of bodies grouping up outside of Monster. And we have the majority of Liquid lying in wait. Liege is prying for information here. The fire may block it. It's Automatic on the other end with Hex right next to him. Hex, ooh, they both survive. Barely. Hex hanging on by a thread. Automatic a little better off.
Looking for 40.
OC, the support system, comes back downstairs. Hex trying to get out the utility he still has left over. A Molotov and smoke as well to offer.
They're a little cramped, so they try to release the tension, push forward.
Point blank, it's Breeze versus Nitro. Naf would be next. Here's the walkout. Breeze extending ever so slightly. Little damage onto Naf. Dives back into the cover. He's got two players occupied. Flashed in the process. Nitro leans out. And there it is. Back to the 4v4.
Oh, the flash protocols are insane. And
they're going
Monster.
A.
Yeah.
Yakinder, a player right next. Oh, a shutdown on the smoke. And that's going to make things so problematic. Hex is desperate for an entry. As Automatic finds another one down on B, they have to go for this A plant. The long player is a problem. Yakinder, he could just rush through fire, and he does. And with that, there is no chance that EG can keep this dream alive. Both teams at the major, but it's Liquid as Legends.
Yeah, the big win here for Liquid. They close out at 2 maps, and it goes to overtime. So there's obviously a world that this result could have been flipped, and one different team skips the challenger stage. But after today, it'll be EG. And this result feels like the one where both teams get the expected result. So there's that. EG won't have an easy time, but they have a lot to be proud of here at the Road to Rio. To be kind of the first team to get through in the first place,
yes,
and show such a good face.
To just be, you know, a team that claims now they have an identity, to see pieces and improvements is a huge, huge boon before they head into the major. You know, I think they'll have their hands full at the first stage of it, but I think that you'd be a fool to sleep on this team at this point because Automatic is going world class. Nealon finding some improvement.